Peace, family. Peace, love, and light. Welcome back to Know the Ledge Radio, Know the Ledge TV / Know the Ledge Media. Tough Talk Tuesday, episode 35. Peace to you and yours. You are now rocking with the best. It is your host, Brother Blue. I am soon to be joined by my co-host, my guest for the evening, my brother, your brother, Ken Brisbane. All right. So get yourself situated and settled in. All right. We're gonna have another one of our amazing bills this evening. It's been a minute. All right, it's been a long time. Sorry we left you. You get what I'm saying? But we definitely can't miss the opportunity to touch base on another episode. All right, greetings, good evening. Welcome back. All right. So let me get this thing situated. What's good with y'all this evening? It's been a minute. All right. I definitely, as always, I miss you guys. I hope that everything is going, you know, amazing in everyone's life. There's been a lot of activity and a lot of things going on since the last time that we built. I'm gonna attempt the best that I can to catch you up on everything that's going on. There's a lot going on, in the public space, in my personal space. You feel me? In the community, it's a lot of activity. There's a lot of things taking place and a lot of things going on. Thank you for the appreciation. Okay. And these are some critical times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna cut my teeth. And but that don't mean that it's a spooky or a scary time. It means that this is a key time for preparation. This is a time that we need to be mindful to catch these junctures in time so we can quantum leap and fast forward. We are heading towards something that I have been speaking about for a long time. You feel me? And that is the solar eclipse on June 21st. This is a key moment in time, right? That Cancerian energy, you know what I'm saying, coming out of Gemini. As I said I went back to one of my posts, you feel me, on May 22nd, right? On Earth Day. And I was speaking on the fact that it is going to be an amazing Gemini season, and this would be the make it or break it season for the U.S. and melanated people in particular. I said this is when we have to make our minds up collectively as a collective, as a people, and individually. You feel me? Got to make your mind up during Gemini season because Gemini governs the mind and it also governs the lung, right? In a few days after that, I believe 7 days after that, we witnessed what will go down in history as one of the most monumental events ever. You know what I'm saying? Not just this year, because this year is a pinnacle year in Earth history, period, point blank. You feel me? But what we've seen with George Floyd is going to go down as one of the most monumental turning points ever. Whether it's the illest psyops ever, only tantamount to 9/11, Goddamnit, or whether it's the signaling of a spiritual transformation. Give me 1 second, y'all. Peace. Link no good. All right, let me resend it. All right. Yeah, let me resend the link to the brother. Feel me? 1 second, y'all. Yeah, so this is a very monumental, momentous period in time. And it's just unprecedented. You know what I mean? I can't even begin to tell you. It really pushed me towards doing a lecture. I've been sitting on information for far too long. And quite honestly, it's not like I'm ducking or dodging. I just don't have the time. I can't prioritize, or I haven't been able to. Let me not say that I can't. I haven't been able to prioritize the time to put together a presentation and a dissertation in a way in which I feel is on par with how I deliver information, right? Because I do 4 and 6 hour lectures. I don't necessarily want to do a 4 and 6 hour lecture. I want to condense it, but still hit all of my points. It's just way too much, goddamn it. And it keeps morphing, right? It don't stay in one place long enough for me to be like, I'm gonna get some of this. You feel me? I wake up to a whole new plethora of information, a whole new cachet and catalog. And as I'm moving through my day, as I'm moving through my life, as I have to still be on top of business, right? You got to still decode what's right in front of you because it's happening presently. It'd be real difficult to reach back in the past. Now, I am going to preference my lecture from the total solar eclipse in 2017 all the way up to the upcoming annular eclipse in June 21st, 2020. You did what I'm saying? Because I have to. That's the trajectory and the way that I have to break down what it is that I'm going into. You feel me? But it's still gonna stretch back to 2001. It's still gonna stretch back to some dates in the 90s. Shit, I might have to go all the way back to the 1600s to bring it up. It's just it's not all over the place. It's just the timelines that are overlapping and just going like this. You feel me? So, god damn it. Give me 1 second. I gotta figure this thing out. I guess you have 6 people. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, so everything is moving at quantum speed, and I am very meticulous with how I lay out, what I'm saying, my dissertation and my program. Now, if you're on my Instagram, you're always gonna catch bits and pieces here and there, because I continuously, throw things out as they pop up and appear. And while I get to telling my story, I might reach back into the past and bring information up. And then I get, somebody comes on my page and they say, oh, you're speaking in code, or you're speaking cryptic, or you're not telling us everything. And I'm like, look, my nigga, it's Instagram. You feel me? Like, how much words can I fit into a post on Instagram? I write till I can't fucking write no more. You still want more? I'm like, dude, this shit got to go into a book. You know what I'm saying? Or a presentation. Because I can't give you 20 years worth of breakdown in one post. And I don't have the time to write 5 or 6 posts. And I'm not giving Instagram, license to my goddamn every aspect of my mind, every facet of my thought process. Right? So they out here jacking bars. And Instagram ain't the only one jacking bars, my niggas. So I can't be super duper extra literal. Cause I will see that shit pressed up and presented on somebody else's page, and then motherfuckers had the nerve to tag me in it, talking about, yo, such and such is going in. So, this is like, this is the present day climate. You feel me? I done forgot more shit that I remembered, you know, along these 10, 15, or 20 years that lead up to right now, because it's just so much information. But the beauty is, like I said, it perfectly weaves. It's a beautiful tapestry. It's a beautiful design. I just have to lay it out. And then, I got my own diagnosis from my own spiritual doctors, and I need time for myself. I need a break. You feel me? So it's almost like I'm forcing it. I'm forcing to get it out so I can fall back. right? Because I don't want to fall back and then come back and think that I'm forced to get it out, because, you know, my diagnosis might be to take extra time. And I'm really looking to catch this juncture before this eclipse. So with no further ado, let me go to the line in respect of time and open it up for our brother, your brother, Ken Billions. Peace, love, and light.
What's happening, y'all? What's good, Blue? What's poppin'?
My guy.
What it do?
Is that silk or satin? What we talking about? What we working with here?
Some shit that I got off planet. You know what I mean? I got niggas out off Earth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So look, I keep something in
You
the top.
You got intergalactical silkworm spinning that shit.
Yeah, little shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The homies be dropping off shit. You know, this made from meteorite, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
meteorite fun drip. I
yeah.
get
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
I
What I
get
do?
it. You know, we there with it, man. We in that part of the cosmos at this time.
Yeah,
You
early.
feel me?
What's
We
the
in a
word?
different place, man. Huh?
So what's the word though?
The word, what's the word? The word is power. So I've been informing people to be very careful on the words that you speak, because I'm seeing shit manifest like that. You know, the Gemini season is one for the record books in terms of communication. You know, in Gemini deals with the mind and it deals with communication. So everything that you think, which is a thought, is not necessarily everything that you communicate physically in the world, but you are making some sort of communication in the universe, right? You are imprinting the universe with your thought process, and thoughts travel faster than the speed of light. You dig what I'm saying? So be mindful of what you're thinking right now and be mindful of what you're saying. And that is for the learned and the disciplined, because that shit might be out of the window for a lot of other people, because oh man, this whew, you gotta really be on your feet to catch what's going on these days. There's a lot going on, bro.
For sure.
It's a lot going on. And in order to catch it all and put it in perspective in a way in which you can analyze it as an observer from afar and really pinpoint bing 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 bing, you almost gotta be like, you gotta be masterful with your optics, because this shit is moving and shifting in ways in which I have never seen, you know what I'm saying, in the course of a day, you know. I just came from Trump country, right? Down in Georgia. This is all verified clan country. Bro, I had, you know, the star and the crescent. I had all my regalia on. I got my Nat Turner joint, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm charmed up, chipped up, dripped up. Yo, they didn't charge me taxes on my food. These was rednecks, right? They had Karens in there. They's like, I'm not a Karen, I'm a Carol, right? The polite factor, you know, the way that they being so courteous. I'm just like, I'm not even prepared for. I'm like, you rocking me to sleep. Like, who's gonna come out with the? You waiting for the Sandman to come out. You don't know who got the candid camera. You're like, what the hell is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about clan country, son. Right? They got the Billy Bob Thorntons and all of them was sitting at the counter. You know what I'm
What if
saying?
they just happen to like you though?
Huh?
Does it hit different if they just happen to like you?
I mean, yeah, you know, because that has been always my disarming, right, device. My, you know, I will go, even prior to this, I will go to South Carolina. I will go to mad places because I travel all around the country. And you got to go, you know what I'm saying? There's only a speckle of places around the country that's melanated, or this melanated dominant, meaning that even if they got speckles of melanated people there, that they not broken. right? It's only but so many places where, you know, black male energy is at an alpha peak. So I've gone in many of those places and disarmed people that otherwise would act hostile towards, you know what I'm saying, other quote unquote people. I've been able to disarm those people just with my energy and my attitude. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't give them no backboard to bounce off of, right? But I don't accept disrespect either, so it never gets to that place, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is different though. I know what that hits like. This one is different because I'm not by myself. It's not just me. I'm talking about a collective. And in some places we running up in there, you know, with a hostile energy. And the shit is still being greeted, you know, by them rolling out the purple carpet and capitulating. Almost like, yo, and such, no tax, and we'll kiss your feet if you need us to, and we're sorry. It's like,
I got a question for you.
of course
So
you do.
if another group of niggas walk in there and they get a different treatment and they
Mm-hmm.
come back and they talk about the treatment they got, do you inherit their treatment and forget about the treatment that your group got? You heard?
No, it's impossible.
What'd you say?
Yeah, we back. Hello.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Now I said it's impossible,
Mm.
right? Because I'm only internalizing my experience at this point. This is bizarre world. We're in a quantum realm, and I am more of an individual today than I was, you know, on the last Tough Talk show. Because I clearly see, like, I'm not one of these niggas. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, some different shit going on, and people is making different decisions based on their optics. I don't see the world the way that other people see it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here for the kumbaya. I'm not being distant and hostile either. I'm just like, yo, um, this is something else. This is different.
So, since we started Talk last year, February, right? My approach has always been that there's an individual approach that black people haven't really took yet, right? There's a
Hmm.
selfish approach, a healthy selfish approach, a necessary narcissism that niggas in this country haven't taken yet. If you pay
Yeah,
attention to the language of most niggas, it's always we. Always. We need to do this. We need to do that. In fact, I call it people speak in memes. They don't speak regular. They speak in meme. We need to do this. And no. Right? The reason why I always suggested people focus on their me business so that when they do decide to get in the we business, they are an asset and they're able to move that group forward. They bring value to the table, right? But because we think in terms of this collective ideal of this one organism shit, that we inherit other people's experiences. Feel me? So one nigga go through something, and because he went through that, we go through that, right? But it's only one-sided though, because when he gets married, I can't fuck his bitch. But when he goes through pain, I inherit his pain. If he feels racism, I inherit his racism. When he wins the lottery, I don't inherit his money though. Right? So that's why I asked you that question of you had that experience and you just said it was clan country and they was treating you like King Jaffe Joffer, right? So if
hmm
another dude go down there and he doesn't get that treatment, do you inherit his pain?
Mm-mm.
Feel me?
Yeah, I can't. I won't allow myself to because, like I said, if nothing else, you know, I overstand and I understand based on what I witnessed these past 2 weeks that, you know, there's a different. We ain't the same. You know what I mean? We ain't the same. Um, Based on my our level or the differentiation of optics. the way that somebody is observing something and responding to it. You dig what I'm saying? And what people are willing to allow themselves to be pulled into, what people are going for, the traps that they're voluntarily walking into, the energy that they're moving on. You know, I don't, that's not what I'm for. But at the same time, I am identifying through my selfish individuality, I am seeing my connection to a nexus or a smaller group of people that see things the way that I see them and want to expand upon that particular vision. So I'm not in this all by my quote unquote self. I do identify self and I do identify the we, but it's not a mass movement. It's not a mass group per se. Um, I do see what's going on in the world, and I acknowledge, the fact that people are in a state of expression at this particular point in time, and I can approach that from several different ways, especially as a metaphysician. And I've been making key observations so I could say, oh, well, this is part of the corona rising, and there's something that's woke up in them in their solar plexus, and they're activated. We also can say, well, this is exactly what we said was going to happen after coronavirus, right? In times of antiquity, when they opened up the gate, people burst out and they ran out, right? And you said it before, they went and they conquered, right? They dominated. There's an aggression that's involved with that. The sun is out. It's a little warm out here. People want to fuck, right? Sexual repressed energy is now being expressed as angst, is now being expressed as rebellion, right? Kundalini rising, there's a fire in these people. Hence the fact that they're setting shit on fire and loving it, dancing in it. You dig what I'm saying? So I made my observations, but I wasn't bottled up. I didn't spend one day inside the crib during quarantine. So I don't have the same response or the same reaction. But I observe it and I see it for what it is. That's just not my place in this particular response or approach. Um, as a tactician, as a strategist, and somebody who does understand windows of time, I'm like, okay, well, my energy more so is moved towards I want to build with people who want to do for self. So that's what I want to galvanize around. I want to demonstrate and show people the ability to be autonomous and to do for self. The fact that because this period of time has the attention of a small fraction of people who are fed up but actually want to move on a principle of saying, you know what, I don't really need these people for X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And the most responsible thing that I can do for me is do for self. You know, those more so are the people that I see the we in.
That's dope. As long as your we is handpicked. So what happens is just having brown skin tone. Oftentimes your we is not handpicked. Your we is given to you, and so they go left, you supposed to go left. They go right, you go right. If you don't, example, systematic racism. That's a word that is in everybody's mouth. No one really says what it means though, right? That's collectivism. Ayn Rand talks about this in her book Anthem, right? It's part of the collective, it's part of the we. What exactly does that fucking mean, right? And how do you know that that's why you're in that position that you're in? What if you're just an underachiever? See, we have no way to qualify the shit, right? Systematic racism, you could just throw it out there. It's so, what does that mean? Because a person with terrible habits is allowed to use the word, right? And a person with a group with terrible habits, you're automatically inherit that group. So the we that you're talking about, it sounds like that's a selected we. That
Oh
doesn't
yeah, I
sound
ain't talking.
like a we that's based on coercion.
Nah, that like I said, I've had enough time to observe what I'm looking at. And if you ever needed a case study in group mind, this is it. Or group think, or people that are just magnetized to what the crowd is doing, crowd mind. I'm not falling into that. I said I'm culling, piece by piece, you know what I'm saying, from people that want to do something totally different than what's being done. but I'm not wasting time saying, oh, well, the way that y'all responding is a waste of time, because I also believe that it's moving something on the spiritual plane. And just like we said with COVID-19, or as I was told by my spiritual elders, right, from cross waters on the other side of the continent, they said, look, this is man made, but it's a spiritual hand into it as well. You know, all hands is in the pot. And it's the same thing that I'm witnessing with this. There's a lot of manipulation, there's a lot of provocateur energy, there's an agenda being played out, but I'll be damned if spirit ain't getting its licks in as well. Everybody hands is in the pot on this. Feel me?
But my question would be though, ain't everything we do spirit? We're spirit,
For the
right?
most part.
How could we do
Yeah.
something that's not spirit though?
Um, we do things that are spirit, but we don't always identify how spirit moves through, you know, natural occurrences like nature. We don't always acknowledge spirit in all of its aspects because spirit animates all things. But people don't be taking out too much time of their day to be like, oh, you know, you seen, you know, the sun do this, or you seen the wind do that, or you seen the water do that. They be like, it's harp. You
Hmm.
feel me? Everything is attributed to conspiracy. Everything is pushed towards the man. Like the man did this, the man did that. Nobody speaks spirit. Nobody speaks about the animating force that moves through this universe and animates all things and man's connection to that. That's not the conversation that people have, you know?
So
So I clearly see that.
so my next question will be, what kind of spirit?
That's you know, that's left for the individual that's making the observation to make that particular judgment. For me, based on what I'm looking at, I'm seeing a spirit that more so represents the energy of the ancestors based on the optics, based on how it's playing out, where it's playing out, who is touching, how it's touching them. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a spirit that is behind, you know, whatever the energy of the people are now manifesting in terms of their angst, right?
Mm, okay. So just playing devil's advocate, so so I can get a better understanding when you say the answer. So then I would have to say what kind of ancestors, or is that relative to the observer?
Well, let's say the lightning the other night on Thursday night. On Thursday, it was Wednesday night going into Thursday to hit the Washington Monument, struck it twice. And then we know that that's Shango energy. We know that that's Oya energy. The Thursday is the day of Thor, so we know that that's thunder as well. So I would say, yeah, it's specifically those particular ancestors that govern over that energy. One of them being Shango, who was the god of war. And then when you see that fire on the ground, when you see them burning shit up, when you see them attacking, you know, key particular places and portals like Washington D.C. in particular, and what it represents, you know, in the astral realm of things, or on a plane, on the physical plane of things. Where's that book at? Just had this shit in front of me. You know, when I bear witness to things like that, I can't help but acknowledge that, yeah, there's a hand of the ancestors at play.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So I'm gonna come back again. So okay, if that's the case, because I want some better understanding. If Because you're not the only person I heard say this. Well, if that's true, then just blow the whole shit up. Because to me, it also sounds it's a little religious too, because oh, that's God working. Well, why God work so slow? Right? Why people are still going to keep feeling a certain type of way? Just go ahead and get your hands in and stomp the whole shit out. Right?
But
The
that,
White House
yeah,
is there.
I
The
mean,
White House is still there. Why is it in these small little increments? Because I'll hear a church person say the same exact thing about the Lord working mysterious ways and God's coming back. You just gotta wait. I'm like, yo, just blow the whole shit up, right? Just what's the wait? You know what I'm saying? What's the wait? Just go ahead and get it in.
because, yeah, I mean, that's what you want, or that's how you see it, but that's not how it's gonna play out,
I'm just
right?
observing. I'm asking a question. I'm asking.
No. I'm saying if you're asking a question and the answer is it is a time process and everything is on time and in time. You know what I'm saying? If we're categorizing what we're seeing according to the movement of the planet and celestial cycles, I could tell you exactly when it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen right now. What's happening right now is what we see in the cosmos is what's happening is happening right here. So everything that's supposed to happen is happening the way that it's supposed to. Even with the manipulation, like I said, even with the confusion, even with the dichotomy, right? All of that is taking place. And we've seen this energy this entire year because this is a twin year. But now that we move into this twin sign, it's amplified. You know, this George Floyd situation, if nothing else, like I said, it moves beyond the realm of conspiracy or coincidence when you know what you're looking at. And as I opened up early and I said, it's just too much for me to get into on an IG live or on a YouTube. I got to put my lecture together, right? To make my case clear, because I got to bring it all the way from the 2017 total eclipse all the way up until now, until this eclipse coming on June 21st. And I don't want to leave nothing out. You feel me? But also got to find the time because, you know, we're getting closer and so I be busy as fuck. It's a lot going on. And also as a businessman, I don't want to miss these opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I got to maximize it more than just one way in terms of just teaching the information and getting people prepared. You know, it's like, no, at some point, you know, as much as I want to teach it and as much I want to dig into it, God damn it, the people who got to do, you know, the primary rudimentary things, and that's meditate, that's be still, that's pray, you know, that's go out and ground yourself, you know, if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for the answers, if you feel like you're not in time and on time and in line with the energy, you need to do the things necessary that's going to put you in line with the energy so you can foster some of these answers for yourself. Because I'm still looking for them for myself. You know, how can I best use this energy for personal transformation primarily? Yeah, I want to see, you know, a collective, not the collective, but a collective of people get there. But God damn it, I got to make sure I'm getting there myself as well, and my immediate loved ones, and my immediate circle, my unit, the people that invest in me the most. And that's just not a financial investment, but time and energy.
We haven't did a tough talk since really this stuff been going on, right? Like shit moves fast. So
Mm-hmm.
I never said I've got to digest the George Floyd thing, and you just mentioned his name, and I just want to throw this out there, and everybody read my lips what I'm saying, what I'm about to say. This, if there ever was luck for a person, George Floyd is the luckiest man that I've ever seen in my life. Let me tell you why. This is the luckiest man that I've ever seen in my life. Fentanyl, coke, meth, counterfeit 20, COVID-19. Bro was having a bad day, right? My father had those same characteristics. And from his death, now stories are not written like this. From his death, his GoFundMe raised $13 million. Okay. His daughter did a GoFundMe. She has $1.5 million. Kanye West set a $2 million college fund for this. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in DC. I can go right down the street and it's 50 George Floyd standing there. And when they die, it's not going to be like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That story does not get written like that. For someone in that moment, living that life, and when you die, your peoples get rich. My father had the same characteristics. He died a penny. Same characteristics. Same story. Kids,
Mm-hmm.
kids that didn't know each other. High, heroin. Same shit. Same exact shit. Right? That is very interesting to me. Because right now, if I could die right now and I could leave my people's $13 million, where's that? I'm gone. Peace.
Right.
That's what I'm grinding for, right? The bag, right? To set my family up, right? I couldn't make a story like that. You know, understand what I'm saying? When you talk about having a day, this man is having a day. He's on everything.
Bro, I said this man changed the world. He put in more work than Jesus because he came and stopped COVID. Pastor wasn't able to do it. Pope wasn't able to do it. The priesthood wasn't able to do it. The top spiritual magicians wasn't able to do it. The president wasn't able to do it. The military wasn't able to do it. The medical establishment wasn't able to do it. Millionaires, billionaires, tech geniuses, nobody can do it. This man got it done. Right? And he has fostered a conversation that has brought Europeans to their knees capitulating. Whether this shit is real or scripted, in your lifetime, within a week span, you have got to see something that you have never seen. And based on the optics of what people are bearing witness to, not everybody, right? There's only going to be a key select amount of people that's going to be able to take what they're looking at or what they're feeling or what they're experiencing and maximize that particular experience, take it somewhere else. They're going to be able to alchemically, turn this yarn into gold. You feel me? Now, everybody's not going to be able to do that. A lot of people are going to get caught up in the dragnet. But I'd be damned, and I ran the gematria on him. I went behind, I lifted the hood and I looked underneath it and seen what was going on with him cosmically. He was born for this moment. You feel me? He was born for this moment. So to me, once again, no surprise to me, because what I've been saying all year, this is going to be the return of the king. You're about to see some Christ-like shit in your lifetime this year. God damn it. He qualifies from the lowest to the highest overnight, right? He embodies and represents Hiram Abiff, right? In terms of like the black man that hit just down and destitute in a shallow grave, done tried any and everything to come up, been hitting brick walls. You dig what I'm saying? And if this was dealing with the pedigree of somebody's status in society, we would say, okay, he probably occupies one of the lowest rungs. Right? Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? And he had a self-fulfilling prophecy because in his yearbook and going through high school, this is all he would tell people that he was around or involved. Everybody knew that Big Floyd said that he was going to change the world. And he did.
But we also open up another can of worms though. Because
hold on, somebody real quick, they said the Antichrist is coming first. Coronavirus. Corona's the sun, which is the Christ, and the virus is dead, is not living, so it's anti-life. So coronavirus was already antichrist. Again, that's what I'm saying. You need to check into these programs. We already gave you the prophecy. Said based on these metrics, you already had the heralding of the coming, the signal or the clarion call was already made with Nipsey last year, right? The Leo who died at the age of 33 on the cross, right at the beginning of the spring equinox. And then, you had all of this other stuff leading up to it cosmically with the solar eclipse the day after Christmas. You feel me? And now we find ourselves in a situation. You pass through coronavirus, is that particular symbolism of that particular energy. And now you have it here. And this is all metaphorical, it's all symbolism. We're not talking about this man is literally Jesus, just like Nipsey is not literally Jesus. But in terms of the symbolism, right? The blood of Floyd George, which we never saw, or George Floyd, which is it? George Floyd, right? His blood got more done as a sacrifice, right, than the blood of Jesus. Because that shit wasn't even able to protect Christians or the Pope, right? Mad pastors died from coronavirus. It was fucking with that blood of Jesus. it wasn't the covering of the people. So
But on the flip,
that's why we're seeing the world.
It also opens up a can of worms about the standard of Black American life, bro. Because a Black man reaching for prestige does not get support like that, right? So
that's a fact.
This says something about what this Black thing is in America, that really, really all of the focus and attention is on the bottom, right? Now, I agree that he's a Jesus Christ for a junkie, because if I'm a junkie and I'm on the street and I see how he went out, right then and there, I would change my life. Right then and there, it's not an inspiration to me, right? But for a person living that life in that space right there, that's their messianic force. Everything else is a psyops. Everything else is some old leftist shit, democratic shit. But if I'm on the ground level, if I'm binging in the crack house, if I just came home, not from getting money, but if I just came home and I'm on the opposite end of the streets, meaning I'm the junkie, meaning I'm the robber, you know what I'm saying? I've never experienced the high life of the streets. I experienced the derelict side of the streets. Yeah, that's my Jesus. Because I look at like, holy shit, he one of us. He one of us. But when it opens up a can of worms, because what the fuck is the value of a Black man? Because if he was alive and he asked everybody that donated to his GoFundMe for $1, they wouldn't give it to him. So what does that say? That your value for a nigga is in death.
It says Black Death Matters. But this is my thing. You know what I'm saying? And who are we to fool ourselves? We live in a fucking death culture. And we value death. As a culture, we value death. We look for it. We celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Black families come together. It's a magnetic force. We don't value life. That's why Black Lives Matter is a fucking joke. We value death. How you die, my nigga. I don't care how you living. I want to know how you died. That's the sexy shit. Fuck how you living. Because if you lived a fire life, but you went out like a poo butt, that should destroy the entire legacy that you left. But you could live life like a poo butt and die a fire death, my nigga, and you lit. Right? Our people categorically were people who lived to die. It's about the death ritual. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I'm taking a metaphysical occult approach towards what I'm looking at. I refuse to look at it, you know, through the eyes of a fucking square. These people can't figure out what they're looking at. Like you said, they got to juxtapose it. Oh, this is a left or a right, or he's not in the casket, and all of this crazy shit. So, nah, I won't allow myself to get pulled into that. You feel me? That's part of groupthink as well. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't. But yeah, he in terms of like you said, maybe for somebody, like I said, because it's gonna be the lowest Black man, it's gonna be the lowly, it's gonna be Hiram Abiff, 1 foot in the grave, shallow grave. That's the one. That's where it's gonna come from. It's not gonna come from an entertainer, it's not gonna come from a baller, it's not gonna come from somebody who's a scholar. That's not who it's gonna come from. Right? And we don't gotta guess about what it is. We already seen what it is. It is what it is at this particular point. How it morphs from here and does what it do, because it's gonna do a lot of other shit. It's open Pandora's box. So a lot of shit done leaked out. You feel me? But nonetheless, we in them times, man.
The can of worms that it opens up is a lot of our fathers, a lot of us, a lot of our uncles, the majority, most meaning over 50%, most Black men in America are living that life. I know this because when Tupac was alive, he said, I'm thugging. And this is the life that most niggas are living. And he said this in 95. Right?
It's a fact.
So the state that niggas die in is a problem, because when they're dying, all that energy, all that force get released in the atmosphere, bro. It just reinforces the lifestyle. So on Baller Alert, on Shade Room, all online, I'm seeing videos of Karens being uploaded. I'm seeing videos of white agitation being uploaded and talking to white people. It's an actual time to talk to niggas about, yo, what is the lifestyle that we gonna live in the new world? And when I say we, I'm talking a majority, but the majority rules, right? So even the gatekeepers of consciousness, what's the behavior standard though?
Oh
What
yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like we have come up with something called a black standard. Because at this point in time, I can only speak for myself and what my collective is doing. Because nobody else, in my mind, exists. And I'm not being an elitist with that approach. I'm practicing black arrogance to say that any solution that I'm going to be involved with or get in line with has to be something that comes collectively from us. So we have established something called a black standard. You know what I'm saying? Specifically for the reasons that you're talking about. I really wish that you could be on more of these steering committees, if you will. There's a lot of things that we come on the show and speak about. We need a lot of stuff that we be working on in the background. And we need all hands on deck, you know what I'm saying, and all visionary minds on board. But yeah, specifically, creating the black standard and going into different communities where we feel that, you know, those community leaders or the influencers or the big homies are part of those communities because they are reaching out to us saying, yo, do y'all have something to offer? We want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? All of that is in motion.
sidebar?
Hmm.
All someone would have to go do is go to February of last year all the way up to now. How many? 35, 35? So
Yeah, 35.
all they got to do is play all the tough talks, right?
Uh-huh.
So when we started doing this, it was a tough crowd because the black arrogant shit that I'm talking about, the standard that I'm talking about, niggas was calling me a coon and an agent. Now that's the behavior niggas need though, right?
Yeah, it wasn't set up for it yet. You know what I mean?
So
You was before your time. Welcome to the party.
look, so with the standard and with black arrogance, to me, what it is leveraging one's own personal life, right? Leveraging one's own personal life, right? So I'm not showing up. I'm not showing up to tell niggas nothing foreign. What I'm gonna do is show you what my life looks like on a day-to-day basis, right? Because
Hmm.
what people do again is speak in meme, right? A nigga that got no money will say, rich people do this and poor people, you got no money. That's talking in meme, right? So black arrogance to me, like I have a certain type of lifestyle, right? I live it every single day. I move a certain type of way. I read certain kind of things. I'm not about to tell somebody what to do. Yo, hang with me for a bit. See how I mob. See what my drip is, right? See what I'm with, see what I'm not with. You decide whether that's good for you or good for not. And what we'll agree on is trade, how we trade with each other, right? What is the means of how we exchange goods and services and shit like that. What I'll tell you is this is how I run my household, and maybe you can borrow bits and pieces of how I run my household, how I talk to my child, how I, right? That's because other than that, it's speaking in meme, right? It's just a straight meme, you know what I'm saying? But that's important because to me, righteous niggas got to start getting killed. So you can look at the life of that nigga and be like, yo, because what it seems like is Black America,
It don't happen.
huh?
It don't happen, right? If we take an assessment, right? They kill working niggas and niggas who is at the bottom trying to, find a come up, slinging CDs, slinging Lucy's, you feel me? Or whatever else it is that they be slinging.
Hmm.
But we haven't necessarily seen somebody that's what we would call quote unquote righteous go through that visual ritual, if you will. Because I'm sure that, you know, there might be some things that we see that's outside of the scope of the camera that we don't always catch. But the ones that we are that are being brought to our attention, that we are observing as a quote unquote collective, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just utilizing that word because shit, if the shit go viral on the internet, goddamn it, the collective see it and spread it. You feel me? I'm not seeing that. You know, somebody said Nipsey. No, we're talking about with the police, per se, and you know, that was a different type of ritual. So that might have been aided by the LAPD or utilized, you know, a patsy or what have you. But that's different when you're talking about that.
It's funny. Candace Owens did a video, right? People went fucking crazy. And I'm listening, and I'm like, damn, the media is not even talking about what she talking about, right? Which is very interesting because the media usually pick a nigga's life apart. They have not done that with him though. It's very interesting, right?
See,
and I'm listening.
different.
Huh?
He's different.
But the premise of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all got vices. I got mine. This woman got hers. You got yours, whatever. But the niggas that get killed and elevated, their vice is loud. It's loud. And that becomes the template for the whole world to see. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, Malcolm died righteous. That release a burst of energy. Garvey died a certain type of way, right? That release a burst of energy. Since I've been born in 1983, it's been only one type of nigga. And this is post-crack, post-welfare generation, post-sexual revolution, post-single-parent household. It's one model.
Right.
And what it looks like is, why the fuck should I reach for prestige? Because it's more support for a nigga that's doing nothing. That's where all the support is going to be, right? Because guess what? Who do we call all the coons and agents? Niggas reaching for prestige. Who do we say all the niggas is my niggas? These niggas down here. If Ben Carson was to get killed by police, niggas would be like, so what? He's a coon. Okay, cool. If I bring up, bruh, the fact that he put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, oh, nigga, you can't use that. That ain't. See the difference? See? If Ben Carson, if that would happen to Ben Carson, niggas would cancel the nigga, right? Okay. My man put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach.
They have a viewing party. Not just cancel him. They would have a viewing party. Niggas will pop bub, blow bud.
I'm just saying though, look, that's funny. So Ben Carson, people might not like his politics, but that's a brain surgeon. He's a brain surgeon, right? What's more black arrogance than that? A brain surgeon. That takes study. Study to show thyself approved, right? That's study.
Right. Yeah. There's no value for that in this society. Right? They don't value that. These niggas is not studious themselves. So who values that? Who's able to say, oh, you put 10,000 hours in, I'm gonna respect that. What's your cash app, homie? Like, you setting the template out here. I need to sit my children around you. They need to observe your success secrets. That's just not what that's not what the collective has prioritized, you know what I'm saying, as their form of entertainment or things that gets them going. You know, we're not there yet. George Floyd is identifiable because everybody knows a George Floyd.
My daddy's a George Floyd.
Your daddy's a George Floyd, right?
George Floyd. And hold on, let me say this. And my daddy's a George Floyd, and the absent fathering of him, I feel. And the fact that I met a sister of mine when I was 15 years old, and she lived right around the corner from me. And someone brought me to her. Oh, yeah, this is your sister. My daddy's a George Floyd, but he ain't die like George Floyd, and he ain't get $13 million, and he ain't get $2 million in the college fund. And my uncle Steve was a George Floyd. And the males on my other side of the family is all George Floyds. And the George Floyd lifestyle is producing unsuccessful fucking children. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting that the person reaching for prestige does not get the admiration and the attention and the focus that a person in the mud is getting. This is backwards, and you're going to build a culture in the new world of this? Now, mind you, I'm a fucking felon. 12,066 is my inmate number. I ain't no angel. However, I'm not going to use the shit that got me a charge as admirable. I did what I had to do. Right?
Like I said.
Right? But I'm saying, though, that is not what I want to walk into the Boys and Girls Club and talk about. You feel me? And I don't want to be elevated for that shit neither. But I did what I had to do because my daddy was a George Floyd, and my uncles was a George Floyd, and my grandfather was a George Floyd. We're producing too many fucking George Floyds, and we're celebrating the shit. And if you call it out or you expect better, see, the thing is, before we can even create a standard or black arrogance, motherfuckers have to stop babying shit and call it what the fuck it is. This is unacceptable. Don't tell me about no white person trying to get a white person to be righteous, trying to get a police officer trying to be righteous, trying to get the government trying to be righteous, but you yourself can't practice righteousness. Pull the beam out the government's eye, but not the beam out of your own eye? That is very interesting to me, right? We running outside, tell systematic oppression. Show me what justice look like in yourself. Show me, right? Because the person that should be dying and getting the shit that George Floyd got is the nigga that achieved something. That's who should be riding in a horse and carriage.
I mean, you know, like I said, this is a bizarro world. The optics is all screwed up. We do not know what we're looking at, right? I have a very fantastical view of it myself, but what is that? A 0.1% of the population. Nobody else know what they're looking at. And we damn sure see, you know, the unleashing of a particular energy that resonated with his story and his particular, you know, the fact that he's a everyday brother in these communities. We seen what that ignited and what it brought about. What I'm saying and what I'm holding stock to is 4, 5, 6 months out from now, we're not going to be the same people. We're not going to be the same planet. Nothing will be the same. So this creates a buildup to something that eventually, for hopefully, will take care, if not itself, is going to take care of a percentage of people, you know what I'm saying, that otherwise can't make that leap. You know, this is the beginning of a new thing. We ain't get there yet. And it looks very fuzzy at this particular point. And the only thing that could be done to counter or to, you know, identify who wants to identify with excellence is to be excellent yourself or demonstrate within your own personal space what you feel that means, with the hopes that other people that are making observations could connect with that. Other than that, it's not gonna happen because they niggas for life. They niggas for life. You feel me? They niggas for life. And you know, to me, I would say, oh well, this is their spiritual test run for their ultimate challenge, which is coming up within 8 to 10 months. You know what I'm saying? When the motherfucking vaccines show up. And I'm like, if I see white people fighting for niggas that they don't know and really don't care about like this, what sort of fight are they going to be willing to put up for themselves and their children?
What kind of fight is white people fighting for niggas? You said white people are fighting for niggas right now?
Yeah,
In what way?
bro, just being out there, you know, immediately after COVID, right? Not knowing what the consequences are, you're technically putting your life on the line, right? To practice the opposite of social distancing. This is social proximity. You feel me? Motherfuckers is out there firing bullets and tear gas, and that's not a deterrent. These people are watching cities burn at nighttime, and in the daytime, they're locked and loaded and out there in the streets in the goddamn half of millions. So it doesn't appear to be a deterrent to the people. The people are still pushing. They're still pushing forwards, and some of them are with the shits. You know?
Give me example.
Hmm?
Give me example.
Of what exactly you saying? Give you an example of white people that are.
White people are fighting for niggas right now. I'm asking for an example of what that looked like.
I'm just saying, using their voice, using their platform. Some of them are using their bodies. They're using their privilege, right? Some of them are coming to the carpet and making capitulations. You dig what I'm saying? We're just seeing activity that we never saw. We're seeing the energy that's coming out of them that we've never seen. In particular, you know, I'm seeing an aggression that I never saw in them.
You remember the Free Huey campaign?
I remember seeing pieces of it in documentaries. I wasn't there though, no.
Right. Well, I wasn't born yet, but it was white people out of there. It was white people that got Huey out of jail. Right. So it was the Weather Underground and the Communist Party that was linking up with the Black Panther. So the only difference is we have social media, right? So with me is, if you tell me that there's an economic gap in this country, and systematic oppression and systematic racism produced niggas being behind the 8 ball money wise. Me personally, because I'm grown, and where the money at? Talk money. This is still America, right? Because if you don't talk money, we're still gonna go into the socialist dynamic, right? So now you have white guilt, white people fucking washing your feet. No business plans? No plans to do business? Don't you want to know what these people day to day look like?
Fucking dollars coming.
Huh?
There's $1 billion on the way.
To people of color, communities of color.
Yeah, if niggas is not set up to receive it, again, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
That the people that's cutting the checks fault? Was that the fucking people?
No, not at all.
The land fucking money that's coming, right? So once again, man, this shit just happened, bro. It just happened. I'm sitting back, allowing this shit to play out. You know what I'm saying? Putting my pieces together and making observations. You feel me? I don't have no horses.
I'm observing too. And any white person that smile at me, my nigga, I'm at them. What's happening? What's up? I don't want to talk to you about my problems. You know what I'm saying? So see, the thing is, you can't have white people standing next to you if you got a self-esteem issue. If you got a self-esteem issue and you don't think you valuable and you don't think you worthy, the first time you're gonna get a white gaze, you're gonna talk about your fucking problems with them.
White man, they finessing niggas and spinning them. You know, I said they finessing niggas and spinning them. And like I said, we're gonna see a baby boom that's coming out of this. This unlike what people thought that they was gonna see with the quarantine baby boom. This shit crazy. Yeah, motherfuckers is up right now, right? Because white women are providing the shoulder and niggas is crying on it. You feel me?
Yo,
white gay men is hooked up with black gay men. Like all of that, everything's going on right now. It's going down, right? They mixing it up.
The reason why I'm saying like this is because the people is never gonna get an opportunity like this again. You're never gonna get this white guilt again like this, because this is integration 2.0. This is what this is. This is integration 2.0. See, now two things are happening right now, right? Because you're demanding justice and no one is coming with a layout, they're gonna decide what justice is for you. Okay. Now it's
Oh,
also
I'm
gonna
again, this exposes the lack of leadership. This exposes, just like COVID exposes the pre-existing conditions, this is exposing the pre-existing conditions dealing with leadership and the fact that there is no black agenda and the fact that there's no collective approach towards saying, these are the demands. I'm putting them on the table. Where's the FBA leadership? Where's the ADOS leadership? All last year, niggas was cockfighting and jockeying position for what? 2020's here. We in the middle of a situation where you could galvanize the masses to put energy behind your demands and ain't nowhere to be found. You feel me? It's going to go down. I never said that niggas was automatically going to catch a W just because they niggas, right? They have to have some level of strategy. You feel me? In order to maximize on this. And opportunities have already been missed or squandered, and you can't rewind and hands the time. This is exposing the pre-existing conditions. Bottom line.
this is integration 2.0, right? Now here's the thing. Because people are demanding justice, right, to a system they say is corrupt, which is weird, but okay. They're demanding justice. They're gonna decide what justice is for you, right? And now niggas are gonna be on the microscope because everything niggas have a problem with, they're gonna clean it up a little bit. And now they're gonna sit back and watch how you perform because you're never gonna be able to play the race card after this. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
They're doing away with
You know what I'm saying? It's over, right? And you're never gonna get white guilt again.
They're gonna throw some change at it, and that's gonna be the nail in the coffin. It's a rizzle, right? Throw it in the ocean like they did that statue. It's a wrap.
You're never gonna get this white guilt again, right? So when I'm out and about, they even utter hello. I'm pressing. I'm invading their. What's happening? What do you do? What you on? Oh yeah? Let me get your math. What's popping? Where do you live? Oh yeah? Who do you like? I start speaking a language. You like Kenny Chesney? Right? What are you into? You like Reba McEntire? What's your wave? I don't give a fuck about telling white people my problems. Right? If we say they got the money, I'm about to call they bluff. I'm about to find out, are they liquid or are they living on credit?
Yeah, hold on, y'all. I didn't come here to hang the fuck out this evening. Unfortunately, people. So the least you can do is hit the goddamn like button. I seriously have a million fucking things to do, and I stopped that shit to do this tonight, right? To give the people some information, you know what I'm saying, and some updates. The least you can do is hit the fucking like button, y'all. Come on. Right? Because if I had them fucking allies in here, they would hit the like button. That goddamn cash app will be going off every goddamn minute. Okay? That's another thing that I figured out through this. I ain't talking. Why are we even talking to niggas? We should just be talking to the fucking allies. Because the niggas is going to follow the allies. Right? So why not just cater and talk to the fucking allies and then let niggas follow that? Because that's how you get niggas. Right? Go through the fucking allies.
If it's any allies out there, follow me on my YouTube, Kenny Brisbane. Follow my YouTube, Kenny Brisbane. Hit my hotline, 888-565-8734. I got game for white people too. Right? Straight up.
They just be hitting us up. They just be like, where do we donate and how can we help? And we just be like, chill. Yeah, they spying, but y'all not listening. They spying. We on social media. And you fucking telling everything anyway. You on your phone. You hating in the background. You in the DM and in the inbox. What they got to spy on? Everything is fucking open. For real? What do they got to spy on? At this point. What secrets we got?
Yo.
What are they spying on? Come on now.
Believe it or not, it's
They want to
actually
work.
it's gonna get harder for niggas from here because you're not gonna be able to play your race card, right? They're gonna pass the policies they think you need passed, right? And you're not gonna be able to play on no more white guilt. This is it. You feel me? Because these people that are kneeling, they gotta go answer to their family. These people that are washing feet, they gotta go answer to their family. Drew Brees gotta go answer to his family why he sounded like a bitch. He let these niggas punk him. He had a stance and niggas punked him and he apologized 4 times. Right? You're not gonna get this again. This is a golden moment to go the fuck in. Fuck getting your feet washed, nigga. This ain't communion. Niggas wanna, oh, that's ritual. Nigga, so is getting paid. So is getting paid. If you're fed up, what's the best band-aid being fed up? Money. If you're angry, what's the best band-aid for that? Paper, right? So you out there, you marching, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, but they go to a different side of town than you when they go home. And you go home with your set of problems. America is not about race as much as y'all think it is. It's about class.
That's a fact.
America is about class, not race. Right?
And there's no conversations that are taking place in terms of saying, you know what? You guys are at a detriment to be a permanent underclass. Let's change the class structure so we can make sure that the playing field is equalized so you guys can get the equity out of the sweat that you're putting in. None of those conversations are happening, right? They are preparing the populace for a socialist agenda to say that we're going to give you the equivalent of the stimulus check by way of reparations. Now niggas leave us alone. Oh, but we helped out. What more do you want us to do? Exactly. It's not our fault rims.
Exactly. Yo, white people is hella choosy right now. They're choosy. Right? Put crackers on the blade. What the fuck is wrong with niggas, yo? Y'all want to act like it's not about money, but when you die, niggas need to go fund me for you. It is about money. Money's not everything. That's that new age bullshit. Get the money first, then say it ain't nothing. Get the money first and then be like, this shit is trash. Get it first, though. So you got all the whites in the country kissing your ass. Ain't this what you wanted? Right? Oh, you coming to what you inviting the white person to the cookout that's poor. You're inviting the poor white person to the cookout.
Right. They're bringing a plastic bag, not a plate. You feel me? They coming to get plates, double stack them, and take them shits back to the trailer. What the fuck is that? Yeah,
now,
you don't got no money.
Me personally,
like, why they?
Boo. Here's how
doing broke out. Yeah.
Here's how I'll go about it. Apple, the company, right? I would be specific, not people of color. No. African Americans, Black, right? We want a center that's a tech center that teaches coding, STEM for the youth, right? Private sector, right? Private sector, and paid employees in there. All the upkeep, everything is paid for by Apple. Not only that, when the kids graduate or when the kids graduate high school, they get transitioned to tech learning, transition right into Silicon Valley, right? Specific, because people of color does not mean African American. They're not talking about you. They're talking about immigrants. They're talking about Africans. They're talking about Mexicans. They're talking about everybody else except niggas.
Civil rights 2.0.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be specific, right? You gotta be specific and pass it to the children. All the shit that you want to set it up for the children. All adults, y'all niggas got fend for yourself. Everything for the youth, 18 and under. Boom, we don't want nothing. Look, the adults will eat top ramen. Fuck that. but all the children get set up. That's how we do it. Adults, you don't need nothing. Fuck that. Eat top ramen, nigga. Every single thing we get is for the children, 18 and under.
Somebody's making a very good, you know, they made a very, or they posed a good question, you know, they said, how do they get to the bag? Outside of what you're talking about, you know, that seems more like a social equity and getting programs for the community. But we know that they're throwing money out, you know what I'm saying? Big bags of it too. I have my answer, right? But for you, how would you suggest that they get to the bag?
A business plan. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
A business plan. Right? So, okay, in all seriousness, not even being ambiguous, specific. Say you're down there with a guy that's from Silicon Valley. So I'm in DC. So they had a big protest this weekend. My son went, I didn't go, right? So if I rub shoulders with him and he really asked me, well, what do you need? Right? He asked me, what do you need? I would have to pull out my business plan. Well, this is what I want to do. Now, the thing about this business plan, though, no strings attached, no venture capitalism, no venture. You're not getting a piece of my company. I need 250,000 on the arm, right? And I'll see where he lands with that. But that's the first thing, business plan. Because to get to the bag, you need money to make money, right? We're not getting the money to pay bills. We're getting the money to invest in business, right? Invest in inventory, right? So now we seen all these companies around the country, they got mashed in. So the investments that we will want to make is the investments that we will want to make into everything that's on the cloud, right? So we will want to make some type of tech investment, some type of hands-free kind of things where I don't got to touch the dope. Right? But that's the number one thing, business plan. And you don't got to open up the business in America. So not sure if everyone knows this. What's the main difference between an LLC and a corporation? A corporation could do business out the country. So for those that want to go to Africa, so Africa's a little behind, so they're still brick and mortar. So $250,000 investment in Africa looks ill. Now, what does that look like from America? For example, I'm not saying that they don't have these things, but we come from America, and why go and recreate some new shit? Go sell American culture to African niggas. What does that look like, Ken? Okay, cool. I'm setting up a hip hop class. What's that look like, Ken? No disrespect to the African, but when they're rapping, their timing is a little off, right? You can help them with that, just like they can help you wind and shit like that, right? So when I tune into some African artists that do hip hop, it's more of a Daddy Yankee kind of shit, right? And that's cool. But I don't hear the Jay-Z, I don't hear the Nas. But a nigga from Queens could go in and teach them the style and the cadence. You feel me? It doesn't have to be in America. We could get creative with the shit. America, everything is virtual, but the rest of the world is tech. Another thing, financial services, yo. Financial services, insurance, financial planning, shit like that. It doesn't have to be in America, though. It can be other places because immigrants dominate Americans with sweat equity, but they keep all their money in the mattress.
We posed a good question, right? Did fucking Afrobeat get travel banned? Where's the new Afrobeat music at? The shit was scorching hot last year, and I ain't hear no new tunes. Sidebar.
You know what I'm saying? But shit like that, though. Business plan. Because the thing about it is, it's like, no, I'm not talking about, yo, just give me money. No. I'm only talking about people that want to do business. I'm not talking about bottom feeders. I'm talking about anybody that want to do business. Anybody that want to do business, you're the one that need capital. Anybody else, let them live welfare.
These corporations are giving out tens of millions of dollars, but corporations are giving businesses out. I mean, they're giving money out to people that are set up to receive it. You feel me? So, do you have any courses that explains to people anything in the in the space of setting up 501c3s, nonprofit organizations, you know, writing out any of those proposals? Do you have any of those services?
I don't do nonprofits, right? I don't do nonprofits. All my things that I've done is LLCs, and next I'm going into full scale corporation because, like I said, corporations could do business outside the country. LLCs can't. And also what I'm finding out with LLC, especially if you're a single member LLC, you getting taxed like a sole proprietor.
Right,
So I want to go into corporate, right? Corporate full scale corporation, right? With members on the board and shit like that. So I can have some type of shares, right? But I don't do 501c, I don't do 501c3s, I don't do nonprofits. So I'm not gonna pull nobody into some shit I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I
right,
know how to campaign with LLCs. I know how to set all that shit up. That's nothing. But at the end of the day, if your LLC is a single member ran LLC, then you're gonna have to get some paperwork for that, not just the LLC, or you're gonna be taxed like a sole proprietor. You know what I'm saying? Just
right,
sidebar for people. You know what I mean? So no, I don't know too much about 501c3. I'm all profit. I'm all for profit. You know what I mean? But there's YouTube University for that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
There's YouTube University, but in terms of getting a guarantor, shit like that, oh yeah, yeah. I done pop American Express cards for 50 racks. When niggas be like, oh, they don't give out loans to black people, you a lie. You a lie. That's a lie. Black people can't get loans. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You know what I'm saying? I done popped them. Every major bank you could think of, I done popped a loan off of them. That's facts.
Right.
Navy Federal, B of A, Washington Mutual. They don't even have Washington Mutual no more. Chase, everything, 20,000, 30,000. Just get a guarantor. And when you get a guarantor, all you got to do is just let them know that it does not fall on their personal credit, right? Unless you default on the loan, right? So you come with the LLC, you need a business account, and they just be the guarantor of your company. But I don't know what it'll look like now after COVID because banks and lending is going to be, you might need to come with some collateral and they're probably going to really dig into your financials. But they're
Okay.
small shit. PayPal give loans. PayPal give
Yeah.
business loans. They're gonna take 30% though of your sales. So if you make for every $100 purchase, they're gonna take $30. So PayPal do that if you got a business account with PayPal. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is just me freestyling, just easy shit. You know what I'm saying? But right now is do it yourself for real, right? I'm
Yeah.
on my own
Yeah.
campaign. I ain't
Yeah.
got nothing for niggas. I'm on me. I'm really in the meat business, right? So if I gotta
Somebody,
divert my attention off my shit, you got right. I'm super selfish with my energy right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no
that
secrets.
right. Let me
You feel
build on
me?
that. Right. Yeah. Um, and the people, so they can understand that particular stance when I make an observation and I'm consulting with other people who are making observations who have been pinpoint accurate up until this point, then I have to value their observations about 3 month window to 6 months windows out. And the people who I'm consulting with who have made pinpoint observations, they say that this is all about an economic reset. There's no
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the masses rising up in the way that they are, they're going to be unemployable. One, you know what I'm saying? And two, I mean, there's just going to be an astronomical price to pay, right? At the end of the day. So people will be best qualified at this particular time. If I'm going to put my energy into anything, it's going to be preparing people to prepare themselves for the economic reset. And the economic reset is about the death of the physical dollar, and it is going digital. So I already did a show here on Know the Ledge. It's in the archives. It's a few shows down. We brought on Chicago Crypto Bully, and he explained how to set up yourself in the crypto space. He's also told people how to get loans. You can create your own loan system. You can create your own bank. You can create your own insurance. You can do everything. All of the power is in your hands right now. Right? It's a wonderful time to be alive, but you have to focus your energy on something that's going to sustain you. I decided to take up my energy also and put it into the agricultural space because I know that food is going to be prioritized. I've been saying this for a minute. So these are the areas that I felt would be best qualified to put my energy into. And people that want to tap into that particular frequency, they can benefit because there's not only going to be an investment angle, but also people that have access to food. And food is what they're going to fight people with. You know what I'm saying? The food situation is going to get real sketchy. And if I'm saying, and I'm being very vocal and expressive about, oh, we don't fuck with these people because of that or this, and then people now is coming to the surface and saying, you got a point there. You know what I'm saying? We have been a little bit unfair. I'm not eating from them people. I'm not sitting at the table to eat with them. You know what I'm saying? I learned enough about energy and immunity and all of that stuff through COVID. I already known it, but there's pockets of people who have educated themselves to understand that all of this goes back to food. You know what I'm saying? The way that people are responding right now, their lack of response or their exasperated responses, all of that ties into food. So, food is going to be a very, very integral part that control needs to be taken over in a disruption of industry. That potential has already presented itself and is just waiting to be seized. I drove today to a town that went on the well, it's been for sale for almost 2 years, but it went viral the other day. So people have a renewed interest in it. And on the way there for 2 hours, you pass nothing but available land, empty land, unused land. You know what I'm saying? And the land is the gold. The land is the real currency. It's the money. And I know people that's killing it right now trading. I know people that's killing it, killing the market. You feel me? This is the new economic plan. This is the new stuff that people really need to be focused on, because the jobs are not going to be there. Right? And this shit is moving into a place where, they're not singing kumbaya and all of a sudden there's going to be 100 million jobs available. That's not going to take place. My personal belief, from what I'm observing as well, not to cut you,
Go ahead,
but with the fall of the dollar is going to come a very aggressive environment, and this shit might very well slip into civil war. Because the way that they're stacking on the other side, Europeans now are at an impasse because they don't agree publicly in a way that can potentially get very dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of maneuvering going on, especially in that that military space. The generals are coming out against the president. The president has special forces protecting him. He's amassing his own army. Steve Bannon, who stepped down from that administration and said that he's going to raise his army. He's making declarations to go at China with a private army. I mean, the shit is getting interesting, So once again, when it goes back to optics, people have to see what's going on around them at the same time that you only focus on a 24-hour news cycle with people in the street. COVID-19 is still the COVID tracing, all of that, the contact tracing, they're putting all of that legislation into play, and they're currently making arrests based on them being able to use face recognition to identify rioters / looters, and they're also using contact tracing based on the fact that they can geolocate and identify everybody who participated. Right? And then there's a double play with people are now calling for the funding of police departments. And you see them, once again, this is a mega massive chess game. So they are acquiescing to those requests or those, I wouldn't even call them demands. This is what people are coming to the table with. They're also going to get behind that as a justified demand to say we want prison reform to continue and we want the defunding of the police, right? And then the fact that you have 600 police in New York City on the NYPD now stepping down because what? They said, and just like you said to me, they said, look, everywhere that you find these skirmishes and there's Democratic mayors or governors involved, and they did not protect the police force, right? Because they got into their liberal bag and allowed blacks to express themselves in a way in which they said they just got to blow some steam off. And we're not going to put no aggression on them because you know what? For the most part, they're right. And the police got washed up. Now the police, for the most part, they're marching to talk radio, right? What Trump is saying and things of that nature. There was a disconnect because they feel that they didn't get protected. So now police are falling back themselves. 600 of them retiring or stepping away from the NYPD, right? So once you defund the police, how does departments compensate for that? They bring in AI, they bring in the drones, and they bring in the robots.
I just actually did a video the other day about this on my IG. Make sure y'all follow me, Ken Billions 83 at IG. Look, there was a cop in St. Louis by the name of David Dorn. David Dorn, black man, 77 years old, retired. He was killed because he was protecting a pawn shop from looters, and he smoked them, right? Now, David Dorn has been on all conservative networks, from the Hannitys to the Tucker Carlsons. I watch these people, right? The Five, right? Stephen Malinex, Ben Shapiro, right? And they have plastered David Dorn's image for all white America to see, right? Because niggas don't watch this. And that right there is the example to their media, to their people, that Black Lives Matter is not about black people, because y'all smoked the cop. Y'all smoked the old man, David Dorn. Smoked him, shot him, right? Laid out on Facebook Live, right?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, David Dorn, check him out. Looked it up. This is a big deal because I
saw the article, but I didn't get a chance to read it and dig into it.
It's a big deal, right?
I saw it. And yeah.
One thing that black people missed with this one is this is the first time I ever seen everybody on the same page. Now, I talked about George Floyd's life, but the incident regarding him and the police, I'm talking about the most conservative of conservatives said that was nasty. That was wrong. Everybody was on the same page, right? So you actually made, what'd you say?
I said even Rush Limbaugh.
Even Rush Limbaugh, Ben Shapiro. I mean, Laura Ingraham. I mean, you Sean Hannity. Everybody's on the same page. Whoa, that was a problem. That was indisputable, right? You made your point. You had grace and favor for a second. Now you don't. And now what's being created is an undercurrent that you know nothing about, because you are uniting white males that have not been united since what? I don't know, man, World War I, World War II, right? Because what is being funded is white agitation. Don't be surprised if you see mass shootings in black areas, right? Don't be surprised if you see defunded white militias, right? Don't be surprised if you see the white people that you don't even know about right? And I made this point on my video of why this is important, because white America is governed by white men. Black America is governed by black women. It's not governed by black men. It's not man on man. It's really white man versus black woman. The black man ain't even a fucking picture, right? Because look at the images of George Floyd, right? That's the image of the black man, like that, not like this, right? There's not a powerful image of the black man. Hell, the most powerful image niggas got, the symbol is Jordan, right? So what's going to happen is with the defunded police that are going to turn anti-government. I don't know if you've seen one of the chiefs on CNN today, Blue, and he's basically talking about how the police force has been abandoned, right, by the government.
That's what I said.
They're
pissed off.
Right? And because there's no leadership in Black Lives Matter, you got little white girls in Utah just going anywhere in residential areas screaming Black Lives Matter. All that shit's gonna fall on black people. So this summer, for the rest from here on out, you're about to see aggression like you've never seen before. Right? This is why it's important to take advantage of the white people that you have in your face right now. Because once they're gone out in your face, they're about to go back to their people. And when they go to their people gonna be like, y'all stupid as fuck. Y'all dumb as fuck. Right? And they're gonna spend the rest of their year trying to get back into their good graces with their family. Because they're off script right now. They're washing niggas' feet publicly. Right? Publicly.
Yeah,
they still got to go back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So now there is a silver lining, because defund the police allows for niggas to be private security for people. There's a business for niggas. So all you big tough ass niggas, all you thug ass niggas, there go your business right there, being private security for people for niggas that can afford you, because you're gonna need it with defund the police. Private security. Because this is what rich people have. Private security, former military, former special forces, former Green Berets. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for niggas to start their security companies. Don't police the community for free. Niggas got money. Be private security for a dope dealer. I don't give a fuck. Whoever can afford it. There's an opportunity there, because the police are going to be defunded, so their practices that they used to use, they can't use no more. There go a business right there for niggas that's 6'9", you laid up on your bitch couch and you can't figure out what's your next play. There you go right there. Niggas start cracking some heads. Right? There go a business right there. So when one door closes, another one opens. That's perfect. Right? That's perfect. Niggas got guns. Right? Niggas got guns. But there's an undercurrent, Blue, and there's a silent storm brewing. A silent storm brewing. Yo, because the Timothy McVeighs of the world, the Randy Weaver from Ruby Ridge, Idaho, these anti-government people, they have not focused their attention on niggas. It's been Jewish and government. They haven't really focused their attention on niggas. And Black Lives Matter has become an agitating group. So now Black Lives Matter and anybody that represents Black Lives Matter, you're about to fall right up under the Jews and the government for white aggression. And I'm sorry, as of today, niggas can't handle white aggression, bro. Because what we do is off emotions. What white aggression does is off a wiring. It's a wiring. You feel me? They gotta hunt deer because they can't hunt humans. Right? When you from New York, when you used to hear about all the crazy type of killing, when niggas getting cut up, that wasn't usually Black Americans. That was usually Dominican niggas from Puerto Rico, niggas from Africa. Black people Black Americans kill a certain type of way.
Right.
Our bloodthirst is different than the rest of the world.
Yeah. Bloodthirst different. It's not too much depravity, mutilation. You know what I'm saying? These niggas do things different. Yo,
Right.
they showed me this footage today, and I can't get the shit out of my head, and I didn't post it, but it was of a layout of a whole Mexican police department that they bodied. Son, shit was just.
Who? Who did?
They at war with protesters in Mexico right now
No
because they killed
shit.
somebody out there for a face mask. Yeah. They
Mm.
told somebody to take their face mask off, and the dude bucked on them, and they bodied them. And they've been wilding them up down there ever since. And I mean, wilding them up, putting them on fire, bodying them, chopping them to pieces, shooting them up. You know what I'm saying? So you know they do it different out there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know me? And that's that Mexican, that's that a Mexican grid coming alive because 2020, 2012. So there's an aggression and an activation that's taking place down there as well. The corona rising is also rising down there. So yeah, man, like, you know, they do shit different. Like you said, the white boy has a propensity for a different level of violence. And you know, you can see it in them. Everybody ain't with the program, everybody's not with that shit. Some of them are very much, locked and loaded and ready to go. And like that video that was floating around, he said they just waiting on the tweet.
Yeah, you seen that? You seen that?
Yeah.
They just
You know,
waiting on the tweet.
yeah, what happens, and I spoke about this during COVID, because I got a call from the big homie, and he gave me some insight. One of my big homies, he really be consulting with the military and ex-military. That's his group, that's his peoples, and they give him the game. You know what I'm saying? And he filters it back to whoever he feels need to know what they need to know. But what we spoke on was, it was like, shit, if that grid fall, you feel me, and them lights go out,
Hmm.
he was like, they be in their chat rooms, they already got the list. You know what I'm saying? They already share lists amongst themselves of who's who, where they at, right? They're very much keyed into target locations. So he had already repeated to me what the dude had repeated on the video. He's like, yo, they can get this shit done in 2 hours. And with the whole aspect of the corona rising energy, because when we started, you know, this year, I was talking about the corona rising. I was talking about this whole aspect of Christ consciousness and what this year represent. Then they try to hit people with the article and said it was a solar minimum this year. They like, oh, the sun is going to be at its lowest activity, in a long time. This shit is just asleep. It's not awoke. And this is when they had niggas in quarantine, and I was trying to explain to people what they was scientifically trying to say about us, about the people, especially melanated people, and the fact that they managed to put that energy contained within a box. And I said, look, what did I say? I said, Corona is about, they're going to put people in the box, lower your energy, your energy index. And then when that knock happened for that contact tracing, how are you going to resist some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? And they easily going to be like, oh, you coming up positive, asymptomatic though, but you got to come with us. But niggas got outside and they fucking activated. And May 29th in particular, the day that George Floyd made transition, they clocked the biggest coronal mass ejection that they had registered since October of 2017. October 2017 was when the sky turned red and it had a red sun in it, right? A few days after, or should I say, not so much a few days, but this was right after the total solar eclipse. So, what we're about to experience, the potential of experiencing in summer. Okay, and then they said May was the hottest May ever recorded on record. So how do you go from saying that the sun is asleep and it's a solar minimum to now you're saying that May was the hottest summer ever, right? Recorded. And that's because niggas woke up. That's because they got the energy in the collective black body politic past the root chakra into and past the sacral chakra of where fear lives. You was out there, bro. Is these niggas fearful? Talk about it.
What when that was protesting? When they
Yes,
was banging
when you
shit
was
out?
out there, when they was banging shit out and you witnessed it on the first night when it jumped off in Atlanta, did you
Yeah.
witness any fear in the youth?
No.
None whatsoever. Right?
None.
These niggas is not fearful. They
None.
have gotten past fear. And the sacral chakral energy has what been crippling, right? Black America for the longest because they have not had the willpower to go for it. What is it though? The thing is, it don't exist, right? But if it existed and the galvanization of that particular energy that we bear witness to was directed somewhere, laser focus, it would have got done.
I didn't see
Right?
fear. I didn't see fear, but I didn't necessarily see bravery neither though. I just didn't see fear. Right. So I
Right.
seen somebody go into a burning building for alcohol.
And you had it on live, and I seen it too, right?
Right.
So I was able to bear witness to that shit, and I watched what they did to that establishment. They initially scoped it, banged it out, right? Went inside and looted it, came back and firebombed the shit, and went back inside and looted the rest, right? That's real bad strategy because why you ain't loot the shit the first time, go and loot it the second, and then bomb the shit out. They bombed the shit out and looted the shit and was walking out like there was no fire whatsoever. Was they not?
Yeah, I was standing right there. Right. So I
Right.
seen no fear, but I didn't necessarily I didn't see bravery because two things are missing. And these are the two elements that you need in a time like this. Number one, I said that black women run black America. They do. So since that's the case, it's black women's job to keep black men war ready. War ready. War ready. What's that look like, Ken? Right? Keeping his mind trained to go like that, right? It's too much divine feminine and divine masculine. Yo, it's too much of frivolous conversation. That's stupid talk. That's dumb talk, right? You got to be TTG, yo, trained to go right now, right? And since the black woman got access to the black male, it's her job to keep him war ready. It's her job to have an expectation out of him, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
her job to, when he leaves, like, yo, what kind of pussy you got, girl? Right? Because if the black men are walking around saying they feel like they're hunted, then that means collectively black women's pussy is garbage. Because why does your man feel like they're hunted, but they're laying down with you? Who the fuck are you?
Right. It's her job to commission him to go out there and hunt.
A
So how
maniac.
can
You gotta be a
yeah,
maniac.
yeah, or you not getting this? How can a hunter feel hunted? Then he's not a hunter.
Gotta
Right? So you're telling the enemy more than they need to know. They like, you're not a Ryan, you're not a Saw, you're not a hunter, right? You Chicken Little. You always talking about the sky's falling. When you gonna push back on the sky then? Right? But it sounds like, once again, if we're talking about that body that I was talking about, yeah, it's been in the fetal position, right? Crippled by fear. We finally saw it at least get to its knees. It has not stood up yet. But we saw the shit take one knee.
Let me tell people what I mean by that. If you tell me that the vagina and the yoni creates life and it brings life from the unseen into the seen, is this true, Blue? Is this true? Okay. So that means the same way Neo plugged that shit in the back of his head, I should be able to dip into the yoni and access all the shit that I need, right? But it's her job to program the yoni like that because pussy is mind. Pussy is mind. You know how I know? Because the Kabbalion tells us that all is mental. So babies are
Well,
being born from mind. So women don't just birth children, they birth thought too. They
yeah,
birth thought,
she's the
right?
womb man, right? Yeah, let me explain it. Brother 19 Keys explains it like she's the womb man. Womb is a mind because it births. Man is mind, so she's double mind. You understand? She's mind. She has two minds. We all got four brains, but she got those two minds that are working, right? So if the womb brings forth as mind through stages of triple darkness, that which started as a spark and now, is born into flesh, that womb is responsible for creation, is also responsible for programming. It's where man receives his charge. And his charge is, his challenge. His charge is go out just like in the movie The Fountain. She said, go and get this shit for Spain. And when you come back, you can get this. He was like, I'm lit, right? He got ignited. He got his charge and he charged forth, right? In those classical movies that we talk about, like Troy and all of that, because that's where people got to bear witness to what it looks like. What was the men putting on for?
I'm not telling the women be submissive. I don't talk like that.
No,
Do
I'm
you?
asking you in
No.
those movies and
Uh-huh.
what was they putting on for? What was the men putting on for in the movies like Troy and Gladiator?
Prince Hector went and fought the
For
best
women
warrior
in
known
country,
to man for his lady.
right? For
Achilles,
women in country, which also the country is also a feminine female aspect,
right?
right? They call it the country is always feminized her. There's no him countries. All of the countries they say is her because men fight for country, right? Think about this. You can be a stone cold Christian because the shit be bugging me out. We be traveling through Atlanta and through the country and through the South, and you see black men who are proud to fly the flag of this country, right? And they're proud that they're Marines. You see them, they're veterans. They stand proud, but they will go and kill for the country. But they supposed to be Baptist Christians or whatever aspect of Christianity denomination that they're in. The first commandment that they have is thou shalt not kill, but they kill for the country. They prioritize and put the country over their God. And very rarely do they kill for their God because they'll come back home and live with racism and not lift a finger, right? They don't pick up none of them Rugers and none of that shit. None of that wartime training goes into effect for them to defend their own personal space within this country or their own neighborhoods against intoxication and infestation, right? They came home from Vietnam and they let little teenage niggas run over them selling crack cocaines out there taking a whole block fucking hostage for some Jordans, turning their wives and their daughters into zombies. And they never fought the aspect of the war that they fought when they went to Vietnam, fighting for the country, but they were not willing to do it for themselves or for their family. So, I mean, that's just an interesting observation.
To qualify my statement, if we look at the book of Genesis, the opening with this male and female character, now we know this is an allegory, but just follow me for a second. The man is supposedly created first, right? And then his lady comes. His lady is communicating with the serpent. So we know the serpent represents wisdom or whatever. The man had instructions not to eat from the tree of knowledge, right? He was cool
Mm-hmm.
with how it shit was. It was the woman that wanted to seek knowledge, right? So they can be
Mm-hmm.
wise as gods, right? That's to show the influence, not the fall of man, but the influence of woman in man's life. You remove a woman from the equation, and you have men that are not trying to achieve shit. That's just honest, right? You take a woman, you know when a nigga got a girl, his life started to look a little different. That's just the truth. You walk in a
Mm-hmm.
bachelor's crib, You'll know if no women be there. You could just tell certain things. Well, I can tell because I'm seasoned in the game, right? So I can walk in a nigga's house and I don't know if he got a lady or if it's some women over here, right? And if he does got a woman and his shit is not right, then his life is probably not right. So this is what I'm saying, the role of the vagina. And when I'm saying this, and it might hit a lot of females' ears funny, is because they don't know how to take instructions from a dude. That's all it is. So when I'm saying what I'm saying, they're like, "What, nigga?" Yeah, that's because you ain't never had a nigga in your ear. That's all it is. But when I get in the ear, I'm gonna give you a two-step. You're gonna get a diddy bop. You feel me? So what is her job to make sure the niggas war ready? Now, what does that like? So that means when nobody's around, she is working on herself because that's how atomic the vagina is. So if the men are walking around with collective consciousness that they are systematically oppressed, yet they're having sex, that says a lot. Because the white male is walking around with maximum confidence. I wonder why. I wonder why. What drove the European to go pillage other people's shit? Because everything they took from foreign lands, they brought it back to somebody.
Right. The country, to her.
Right? So because modern black women have been socially engineered by Love and Hip Hop, by Cosmopolitan magazine, by pop culture narratives, by the Democratic Party, by New Age Christianity. She does not, she's not war ready. Therefore, the man is not war ready. So if you fought this war today, you would not win. It would be an utter massacre, right? It would be a massacre, right? Because the woman independently, when she says, "Oh, I'm independent," but you're not sharp though. What are you reading though? Right? Your femininity teachers have failed you because they told you was the table because you just had a pussy and you didn't have to do nothing. She never went on the hero's journey. Now that's the one thing. The man got to be war ready, and it's his lady that makes him war ready because he got to know that when he's going out, he's fighting for country and his woman. If nothing else, if a man, what's all the movies show? If he ain't fighting for nothing else, what is he fighting for, Blue?
Fight for
What's
that
he
woman.
fighting for? The woman. He's gonna go through whatever for
That's
the woman,
yeah. That's the hero's
right?
journey.
That's the hero's
And
journey.
I think people are missing the point, and we can best qualify it by saying, we always ask, what's the why? Right? When you can answer to yourself what the why is, almost always the why is not going to be um, uninclusive of the woman. You feel me? Oh, I
Right.
want to win. I want to change my family dynamic. Okay, so you want to continue your family dynamic, I'm sure of, generationally wise. So you want access to, the best pedigree that you can pick from, right? 'Cause that's how much you care about your family, right? You want a job to do what? I mean, and some of these niggas are different because some of them just, they don't want to procreate. You feel me? So they just might want a job, to say, I want to achieve this level of success to prove to myself that I can do it. And, I'm going to run up X amount and just check out. And some of them don't even want to procreate. You feel me? So that's, for some people, that's not their why. But for the most part, if we're talking about through time, that is what, for the most part, propelled men to do what it is that they did in terms of conquering, pushing forward, and pushing through.
It's because of a woman, man. Right? It's because of a woman. But you have a rift between Black American men and Black American women. Right? So when the man is war ready, because that pussy is hitting a certain type of way, remember, it's mind. It's mind. Right? So what does he go and do? He go and put skyscrapers on other people's land. He go and push their culture on another people's land. He does what Cortez and Pizarro did, going to the South America, taking the gold, taking the precious metals from these people and giving it to, right? That's one. So it's your woman that makes you war ready for a reason, though. For a reason, though. Because when he's war ready, he goes and does what? He goes and accomplishes shit. And be, hey, yo, bro, we're no different than when we was little and we was on the bike. Like, look, mommy, look. Keep it real. When you catch a lick, don't you want to hit your shorty up like, yo, yo, yo? What's the difference between the bike like, look, mommy?
That's your backboard. You can dribble the shit around a lot of people all day, but you're gonna shoot your shot when you're around her because that's the reaction and the response that you get because you can actually take that into a different realm. You know what I'm saying? The only other way is you are engaging the mental of people around you. But with her, you can take it inside, both of the minds and really maximize it. So, I mean, people just got to see the chemistry in it. I think that they would better understand. And maybe that's not how they live their life or looked at it that way. So it might take some time to set in. But,
So two things. So it's falling in line with what I'm saying. So you was asking me about the young dudes. I know the women that they're sleeping with is not having them war ready. They're arguing over petty shit. You can't be war ready and you're arguing over dumb shit. Oh, I found a number in your phone. How that don't help me with war. Right now I gotta go. I'm about to get fucked up. Right. And now here's the thing. When you're in that pussy, you're not in the pussy to have an orgasm per se. Right? It's not about coming. It's about going in the pussy and extrapolating something because it's mind. Right? It's mind. Right? So, example, bro. If say she was reading books about the Third Reich or Mein Kampf, right? Or the I Ching. What do you think when you go in that pussy? Where are you about to bring back out? Feel me? Okay. So about those young dudes. So those young dudes that I seen rioting or they was banging shit out, they was fearless, but they wasn't war ready because their woman has not prepared them for that because they ain't been trained to by their OG females to do that. And then there's no soundtrack, nigga. You need a music. When I was out there, I did not hear Pac at all when my homies call. I did not hear Holla If You Hear Me.
Right.
You can't be war ready with no theme music.
No war. You need war music.
It's not popping, bro. It's not
happening. The article today, they said Pop Smoke popped off. Dior was a riot anthem for whatever reason. I guess because he said I'm up in all the stores. And, niggas was up in all the stores in New York. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was all in Dior. So I don't know if that, if they utilize it just for that. But I seen a video of some people banging Pop, but it also shows you this is also generational. And these children don't look at Pac the way that we did. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be their wartime hero. They don't even know that stuff like that. So that really tells you what generation is at the forefront of this.
But the United States of America still got the national anthem. So that's interesting. And that's old, right? So, I mean, listen to the words of Holla If You Hear Me. Holla If You Hear Me. Or When My Homies Call, right? So the fact that they don't relate to that, you know what I'm saying? So this is how I know this is not a real revolution, right? Because, okay, when you look at the women in the Black Panther Party, it was a lot of sexist shit going on in there. It was a lot of sexist shit because the women was running it, but those women was war ready. Assata Shakur is not here because they was banging out with the police. Yo, bro, they broke Assata Shakur out of jail. What kind of vagina did she have to make niggas do that? They looked at her as a comrade. That's my comrade. I'm not letting my comrade stay in jail. They broke her out of jail and shot it out with the police, my nigga.
Facts.
No bullshit. Vagina is making niggas do that. That's respect. You feel me? That's respect. That's war ready. But they also got theme music at that time. Curtis Mayfield, nigga. Kendricks. They was shooting up Major Heron, zoning out to Joan Baez. You feel me? John Lennon. Imagine all the you feel me? There was a music that went to that shit. When you listen, when they're protesting with no music, my nigga, I don't hear nobody with the boombox. Like you need sound.
Fuck the police. I think they streamed that you know, a whole bunch of times. I don't forget the exact numbers, but it was some decent numbers, like 700 million times streamed, some crazy shit like that. I remember primarily they was pumping that when I was part of the Freddie Gray protest and the Eric Garner. What was pumping fuck the police, huh?
Fuck the police, okay.
Yeah, fuck the police. Primary one. Some of them was playing Public Enemy. And then I think Kendrick was probably out at that time. So We Gonna Be All Right. That was a major theme. Yeah, for the most part though, yeah, that was it. There's not too much wartime, war ready type music that gets people in that mindset.
You know what's weird? I'm surprised I don't hear no Nip.
And you know, that is really, you know what I'm saying? It's a time indicator. You really, I mean, people discovered the value of Nip, you know, posthumously, but you really now realize the loss, right? The weight of the loss of Nip really registers now a year later, because this would have been Nip's moment, right? And the importance of this being Nipsey's moment, again, I can go metaphysical, right? He represents, his card signature represents the template of what the mind of the future looks like. So his mentality is the mentality that represents the leadership of the future. He could have brought the people to an advanced place in space right now, because he would have been on code, on assignment. He would have been the go-to for them to ask questions, and the last nigga that they would want on TV, because he got illmatic answers. And his music would have been fire, lit, and on time, because he has marched and experienced police brutality on many levels, and he understands the language and the angst of the people and his history and his role as leadership. And he would have been the bridge to consciousness in the streets, because now he can articulate shit in a way in which his homies can understand, and he can make the critical connections in terms of resources and everything else. So the impact of his absence is felt now more so than ever, because you didn't get an opportunity to see what leadership utilizing the platform like hip hop looks like. But we see YG popping. You know, he got a song, he got the anthem, he got to fuck the police.
Yeah, but in times like, no, it ain't. You need somebody to be able to articulate what's going on. And the interesting thing about what's happening with this shit, bro, it's not led by hip hop, which is weird to me, right? Because I thought all things would come through, especially a dude that was living George Floyd's lifestyle. Why isn't hip hop having control over this shit? You know what I'm saying? I don't hear nothing from Meek Mill. I don't hear nothing. Yo Gotti showing. Huh?
Meek dropped something called The Other Side of America. He's 10 toes. He got a song out with the video. They got clips in it. It isn't that, you know, detailed and descriptive of what's going on right now, huh?
It's dope.
It got some energy on it. It's not necessarily what I was looking for.
So it's not dope.
It's gonna, huh?
So it's not dope.
It.
Okay.
I mean, it's not, it ain't fentanyl. Nah, it's not it.
It's not fentanyl.
right?
It ain't fentanyl,
So
right?
it's not coming. It's not coming from um, where we would expect, but where we would expect, Cole, Kendrick, Joey Badass, Big Crit. You know, there's a lot of, I love seeing what Ice Cube is doing, utilizing his platform and really reinserting, his voice and his message that he's been consistent with for almost 30 years. This was just the 30th anniversary of America's Most Wanted. You feel me? And he's utilizing Twitter to be a very vocal voice, and he puts things in perspective in a different way. It makes you look at them, and he definitely speaks with no fear. So Cube is playing a key role. He just don't got no music. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's amazing that we still
yeah,
don't have no. We don't got no COVID music. They
we got no
went through the
code.
whole fucking quarantine, and
Yeah,
we didn't get nothing. We
this
got
is
versus battles, but we ain't get no new music. We ain't get no anthems, no new
that's
music, no breakout, nothing to speak of. No new
so
albums, no
what
new
that tells
genres.
white guilt has hijacked the whole mood. So all this is just nothing but about white guilt. This ain't even about niggas.
Hmm.
This movement is integration 2.0, but it's white people's moment of atonement for their sins. It has nothing to do with black people because black people are hip hop, right? And there's no sounds, nobody's in control. There's not even a person in Black America that can tell white people to stand down and don't say Black Lives Matter. They're gonna be like, fuck you. We're gonna say what we want to say.
Oh, that's a wrap. Yeah.
The only person, and he's gone, and we just made a point that would have that cachet like that would have been Nip Hustle if you like, yo, fall back. Everybody stand down. We about to holler at these police. We about to draft up some shit. We about to, you know what I'm saying, we about to put some groundwork in on the books though, because America is about pen and paper. Nothing is hitting
Mhm.
the pen and paper. Niggas are spray painting monuments, but not putting pen to paper, right? So listen to the music. That's how you know that the males are not war ready, right? Because it's a consumer generation. So niggas is gonna make revolutionary songs and talk about Hermes in the line
Mhm.
in the song. Yo,
Right.
I got banging out with my Gucci on. Like, huh, nigga? Like you no fatigues, no
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That
Niggas
that's
pull up in the race for fucking to loot, son. Like shit different.
who Ray J.
Huh?
Ray J pulled up in the whip. You know
Yeah.
nigga, Ray J hopped out in the foreign, nigga. He pulled up to the protest in the foreign,
Foreign. Okay, I see that.
right? Listen, bro, if you're revolutionary, if you're revolution, if we take our eye off the target to focus that Kanye is now marching with us, we're dead, yo. The attention gets drawn to who's marching with you, not what they're doing. Right? So
Right.
it ain't like the niggas is coming through with a special trained skill. You know how Achilles, when he got to Troy, the nigga was the first one on the beach, and
Right.
he was kicking ass. So it ain't like the niggas that's coming, he hitting backflip. Now he just walking, and it's like, oh shit, nigga Cole's here. What the fuck is this, man? What is this? What is the only thing he's doing is walking? But why are we
Cause
paying
I really,
attention to him? I thought that's the op.
yeah.
You feel me? I thought that's the
Uh-huh.
op. We got to keep our eye on the ops. Fuck this nigga, right? Or nah. Or maybe what I study from warfare is this is not what it is, right? It just looks odd. So those two things are very important. The women I'm giving value to the woman. I'm not putting the responsibility. I'm giving value to her of like, yo, if I dive in your vagina, I'm supposed to dive out like ready to go. Like, yo, I want to be something. Matter of fact, I want to impress you, yo. I'll be right back. I'm about to go get some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm gonna also create a certain type of music too. Right? But the women are being controlled, whether they know it or not, by shade. It's all about tea and shade. That's their contribution right now. Tea and shade and gossip. Tea, shade, and gossip. Right?
Mm.
And now we have no music to mark this time period, bro. You know why? Because it don't belong to niggas. This is a white guilt atonement moment. They're kneeling, they're washing feet, but they ain't giving up no paper though. So that's how you know it's not about niggas.
Mm.
You ain't seen the clips, my nigga? They're back in their home. Black Lives Matter. They're just they're recording their family members being racist.
Right.
Why? Right? I'm not racist, right? I'm not racist. But they're not gonna come off no cake. They might give a nigga some pussy. That's it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is an opportunity squandered because it's a hell of a moment. The people that I'm seeing outside, forget the psyops and the deep shit. Just on the optics, look at all these fucking people. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a moment. Hell of a moment, right? Hell of a moment. But it's sad because I have to go in my real state of mind and be like, wow, what a waste. Because nothing is going to come from this because it's not about black people. It's about color communities, white guilt and color communities. So the nigga loses again.
Again. At his
And
own
all the
game.
celebrities posting Karen. Oh, we look at Karen. We got another Karen, y'all. Like, y'all niggas love that shit. Niggas love white agitation. I like white money.
Factory.
I like white money. Right? I like white money. I don't give a fuck when no one say black people ain't doing shit unless black people is getting paid. If niggas ain't getting paid, you ain't doing shit. This is America. Not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not Goonies, not these fairy tale land niggas living. This ain't Enemy, none of that. If niggas ain't getting paid, you ain't doing shit. Facts.
Right.
And the moment, oh, money don't matter, but then you asking niggas for shit. Thought it didn't matter, homie. Do it matter or not? Oh, no, my nigga, it mattered today because I'm hungry. Nah. So for those people that's out there and you around whites or you around people, hey, yo, motherfucking campaign, yo, they choosy as hell. Especially the white hoes, nigga. Niggas don't be just slinging dick to these white bitches, nigga. They choosy as hell. Start tapping they fucking pockets, yo. Choose. You ain't never heard this, nigga. A white bitch let you pit with your hand in her pocket, nigga. They down for the game. I talk to y'all real because y'all playing. They down for the game. What you want me to do, Tyrone? Hey, yo, make sure she over 21 though, because they giving niggas a lot of time for going across state with a bitch. So I'm just keeping it real because I want niggas to win. Nigga, make sure y'all follow me on YouTube too, Kenny Brisbane. But I want niggas to win though. You know what I'm saying? So while you got these people in your face, everybody not gonna have a business plan. So if you ain't a nigga with a business plan, but you a nigga with a mouthpiece and fire pipe, pause, nigga, there you go. Cause they out here truly for the moment, nigga. For the moment. For the moment. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Hey, you know, like I said, people got to be honest about the optics. Do you see what the fuck is going on out there? You know what I'm saying? Lucy, and I guess a lot of people don't, but for those who see it, you see it. And you can hear what the fuck is being said. You know? Other than that, stay from between their legs and keep it moving. You know? But look,
And let me be
man.
clear, I'm talking about getting some money out of them. I'm not talking about loving them, because I know I gotta reinforce it, because niggas hear what they want to hear, right? Niggas really think
You know,
a new age this I come with the game, right? So I'm saying, if these people are asking you what you want, and they're being hella choosy on you, and you fed up like you claim you fed up, get in the game and start finessing and being a player about your shit. I'm nigga, don't wait for nobody to change no policy, nigga. Get in the game. This white nigga is choosy with his wallet, and this bitch is choosy on you, period. Work both of them motherfuckers. See, y'all ain't down. Y'all ain't really down. Y'all don't really want change like y'all really want change. Y'all scared of the game. Y'all trying to get to heaven so bad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bringing religion in this shit. You trying to be a good person. You trying to make the world better. I don't give a fuck about the world. Nigga, make your family better. Make your pockets better. Fuck the world, nigga. Fuck the world. Make your surroundings better. Nigga, the world ain't gonna do shit. Like Bobby Hemmett said, the masses ain't gonna do shit but die. That's what Baba said.
but there's a bit of
So
the
and
bad thing to do shit.
seize the day, yo. That's it. Just seize the day, yo. I'm talking to you like your daddy should have talked to you. Seize the day. Not welfare consciousness. You got Democrats kneeling for you. They playing with y'all. They playing with y'all. With kente cloth, nigga. Don't ever wear that shit no more.
And look, yeah, you know, this ain't for everybody. So if you find yourself out there marching, you find yourself in these cracker spaces and y'all fucking posting pictures with them and taking pictures, and you know, you got armed revolutionaries out there taking pictures with white boys and police and militia. I mean, if that's what you showing up for, make sure that you come home with something,
Man.
particular a fucking in your pocket, because the feel good moment is gonna rub off real quick when shit get real and you don't have no food to put in your mouth. So make sure that you are maximizing that relationship and that kumbaya shit. You understand? To substantially come up so you can plot, plan, and strategize for yourself and your family, right? Become a hustler in the new America or figure another way out. I just told you there's a plethora of other ways for you to get your hand in the pot. You can learn trading, you can learn a skill set. You could jug for them fucking checks because niggas is coming hella way up off of them checks right now.
Facts.
Right? You can figure it out. But what you should not be doing is just sitting there thinking that your moral compass is going to steer you through this when you don't have no fucking plan, because the floor is going to fall out real quick, real soon. So you want to be able to know that you can do what it is that you need to do. And many of y'all on the low, y'all going to fuck with them anyway if they even wink at you.
Right. That's a
And
fact.
understand about that shit. And don't
Real
fucking be a bitch trying to throw mad at y'all niggas up under their deodorant and do something real weird with you. Right? This is all together get out. Cause you were in like, this is get out 3.0. God damn it. And what happens in the fall of America? Guess what? Becky's gonna fall on you, nigga. Okay? You're gonna have to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? I ain't catching her. You feel me? I got my hands full. But for
Real shit.
niggas that's differentiated and undecided because they got the statistics, it's a lot of you niggas that are, right? And you haven't dealt with what you haven't dealt with. And right, this is going to expose all pre-existing conditions. And one of the main pre-existing conditions is niggas' love for that motherfucking pink toe. Right? It's built
Mm.
right? It's
Mm.
because how they're dealing with their validation. And during quarantine, she been looking at black, right? The porno shit spiked up. That just not was niggas searching the motherfucking internet. She was looking
Yeah. Yeah, black. Yo, yeah. Okay. There is a soundtrack to this. There is a soundtrack to this, and it's the porn company.
It was a porn star, right?
Yeah, the porn company Black is the soundtrack to this movement right here.
Come on now.
Yeah, because the camera, the pixels in that motherfucker is too crispy, right? And that's some interracial shit going down, and that's the thing. But them niggas getting paid though.
You gotta understand. This is once again, like I said, it'll be a 44 year and a 44 theme year. Social upheaval has not happened like this since 1968, April 4th, right? 4/4, the day that MLK got assassinated, and the whole shit went up in flames. Something that we are seeing now has not happened since 68. You know, to me, when I explain integration, the only thing in my eyes, once I've made my full analysis, the only thing that changed in civil rights and integration was the black man's ability to fornicate with white women without the threat of fucking being killed. That's what that shit was about. Because with the invention of TV, the European, the white man, the westernized white mind in particular knew that once his daughter and his woman has access to the optics of melanated men, he was already going to lose a percentage of them, because the only thing that he had been able to do up until that point was police the interaction. He was the middleman between the interaction between the black man and the white woman, because she was always choosy, right? And then with the advent of the TV, he brought black men into his living room, and that was igniting his child in a way in which he had not seen her or been accustomed to seeing her ignited. All of a sudden, she's at the front row, starting off with Little Richard in them concert, and it never stopped, right? Because all of this shit comes into play. He just made transitions, so you got an opportunity to see the beginning of rock and roll, the beginning. And what did he say? I had to make myself flamboyant because of what? What did he say? He said, because them bitches was choosy. Right? It made the white men insecure to have me around their women, because their women automatically chose on me. So with the advent of the fucking TV and bringing his energy now to his living room, he, as a social scientist, knows that a percentage of his women automatically is going to choose. And then what happens after that? The 60 sex revolution. And what happens with the 60 sex revolution? She fucking just started becoming choosy. But then you come with hip hop now, later on, and hip hop becomes the ultimate tool of integration in the modern context, because hip hop becomes the forum where black people can exchange black culture now for white culture, and white people can now come into black culture by way of a medium called hip hop. They can now get on the safari fucking bus and go through Harlem with the double decker and watch the goddamn animals in the safari, right? From a safe zone. And black America gets to flirt and fornicate with the idea of white America and the trappings that come with it. Remember, King said, yo, I brought them into a fiery, smoldering house. Niggas put that fire out, dusted off the TV, and was like, we finally got an opportunity to watch color TV, nigga. We don't care if it's a fire or not. Like how the nigga went inside the fire to get that alcohol. That's what niggas did with the fucking fiery house. They made that shit home. Right? Just to have the things that they have been denied prior to that. That color TV and that white woman. And that cocaine. Come on now.
Fire coke.
Nigga, fire coke. Not that garbage. Coke. And that's where fucking hip hop was born. Okay? That's why the Beastie Boys got integrated so easily into that shit and had to play. Because that was black children's opportunity to flirt and fornicate with the idea of white America, which they were denied up until very recently, but they had not come out of the smoldering ashes of the riots since 68 until the mid-70s. And that's when hip hop was born. It was born out of the flames of the fucking Bronx that was burned down post-riot. Come on now. I know niggas is not this slow. Right? I want to hear that Cash App. I'm hearing a little bit, but I need to hear some more. Come on, yo. That's Clark. I give you the whole shit right there. So you will understand the Eminem. You will understand why Middle America is the main supporters of hip hop. you will understand why hip hop had to divert itself into a creation of white America called the nigga to entertain white America, right? But the nigga, like in Demolition Man, how they created the fucking the Demolition Man, and he couldn't pop on the police. Niggas can't pop on white America because that's their father. How about that? Because the concept of a nigga is a Frankenstein. It can only destroy itself. Right? Only God is going to be able to destroy, the black man and his God mind and that higher frequency, higher resonant frequency mind. That's the only thing that could counter the force of this motherfucking devil. Right? But a nigga can't do it.
Yo, what's the drug for this revolution?
Goes mind, like you said. What does the white man rule with? Is it body or is it intellect?
Intellect.
Right. So what kind of mind can counter that but a mind that is dealing with a Godhead frequency? Can a nigger's mind counter that?
No.
Okay, then. So that should be goals. You feel me? That should be goals.
Yeah, the transition from mind and, said the question I asked you, like, what's the drug, right? Because revolutions have drugs too, right? It has everything that you would expect from culture: a spiritual system, music, psychotropic experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that missing.
I'm quite sure this is a pill realm. I haven't really got all of the feedback as to how people is getting it in out there, but I would imagine it would be some aspect of pills that are gonna make people fearless and really get to their shit.
Wait, hold on. If it's Adderall, Molly, or X, that's gonna make people want to fuck, not fight. If it's perks, that's a shit is a downer, right? So if the drug of the culture for a revolution are downers, I know for certain that in white culture, Adderall's popping. What does Adderall do? Keep you up, keep you awake and alert. Right? Now, if they're on Adderall, if the police are on Adderall and y'all are on lean or perk 30s, you're done. Because that Adderall is going to keep them up. A fire addy, you could be up 48 hours, 72 hours.
Damn.
What, a fire addy? Yeah. 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 What do you think Mark Zuckerberg and them is using? You just think these niggas is just dialed in, cuz? No, they're on Adderall. Black people drugs are downers. White people drugs are uppers, and they're all about focus. All about attention to detail, right? Zero in on a target for a long period of time. Lean make you go to sleep. Percocets is a downer. The nigga drugs are depressants. The white drugs are uppers, right? But there's a theme. There's a theme for every fucking revolution. This is why I know this is not a revolution for niggas. It's white guilt. That's all it is. And what I'm saying, and in that white guilt, don't let them off the hook trying to purge their sins so the world can see. No, it got to be some money to come with that, because what they're going to do is say, yo, we washed your feet, yo. We march with you, yo. We don't owe you nothing else.
Yeah, this
fucking
is member
like
family.
me. I'm like, nah, yo.
Let's
talk
year.
Hey.
This is the Jubilee year, so they are doing I don't know if they big homies is evangelicals is telling them how to line up with prophecy, but they are absolving themselves of their sin during your Jubilee, which is what the Bible says that it would go like that. So they are locking themselves in accordance to biblical scripture to saying we're doing everything necessary to make atonement. So if this shit do kick off, you know what I'm saying, going into August when y'all come into your coronation in Leo, leading into December 21st, they making sure that they make their bed. You know what I'm saying? So it is more about them and their white guilt and absolving themselves of the weight of their sin
That's
their
it, bro.
guilt more so than
This
it
is
is
just
about
white blue. They're kneeling, my nigga.
you.
White police
You
officers
gotta come
are
up. Yeah,
kneeling.
you gotta tell
They're
them to sock it
kneeling.
to your pocket. You gotta come up. You know what I'm saying?
They're
Got
kneeling.
them up, bro.
In a game, there's a saying called purse first, ass last. What that means is I'm not fucking you until you pay me. Okay. In this one, you could say purse first, tears last. Don't cry to me until you pay me.
What?
Period. You could take everything from the game and apply it here. So for the people, for the squares, for the people that don't know what choosing means, when someone chooses up on you, what they're saying is, I like you and I want to see you win. Not only do I want to see you win, I'm going to run into a brick wall trying to make you win. That's a choose.
Mm-hmm.
That's a choose. That's why in the game, a woman don't look a man in his eyes because that's choosing, right? You better tell me what kind of shoes I got on, not what my eyes look like, because choosing comes with something. So if they're
Mm-hmm.
choosy on you, then they gotta come through the door with the shit. They gotta come through the door with that white guilt hit fold. There's a dot because if they'll wash your feet, nigga, they will cut you a check.
Yeah, they'll go in their fucking pocket. What happened?
What?
Right? They need to start coming out with the lotto shit. You know, the big ass black card, the check on it. When I start seeing that shit coming with the foot,
You know what I'm saying? You heard? If somebody will get down and wash your feet and on public TV, then if you say,
foot wash, then I know niggas really got their shit together. But right,
yo, put a dollar amount on it. You know what I'm saying? Put some of them tens on some of them nines. You know what I mean? Put them
so
12s on them tens, put them 20s on them 19s, nigga, put the hundreds on the 50s. They got it. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna get this opportunity again. And what this is showing me from the black part is you just want to be heard by white people. That's all you want is to be heard by whites.
and
And
yo, I
and that's
heard
what
somebody said that. It was like, we just wanted to be heard. You know, that's what all this was about. We just finally heard now. We just wanted to be heard. That's all you want, my nigga? Just to be heard? That's it? For real? And you got them on their knees? And you not even getting pecked off? You just getting your feet done? You don't want no motherfucking nothing? Come on now. That's some lopsided game. You feel me? That's a lopsided game. The only thing you got was a picture. You feel me? And it wasn't even framed. You just got a fucking picture. So
so Blue, here go the tears for the entrepreneurs, because you probably got a few weeks left of this shit. Who knows?
yeah, yeah.
For the entrepreneurs, have your business plan for them. That's for the entrepreneurs. For niggas in the game, have your finesse with them. Meaning, like, if the white women is down there choosing on you, I'm not, nigga, she'll give you money without you sleeping with her. That's what it means to be purse first, ass last. If black lives really matter, then you got to put it to the test. You know what I'm saying? For black women, for white men that are looking at you, here's your power. White men tell black women secrets.
Mm.
I just gave y'all some. I does this shit. White men give black women secrets. Right? There goes your power right there. Because the white man will show the black woman all of his hand, his entire deviancy. There's something about that white man with that black woman. That white man will tell that black woman shit he won't tell that white woman. Nigga, don't ask me how I know. If I tell you a mosquito could pull a tractor trailer, don't ask me how. Just know it is. Straight up. So that's your game. If them white boys is down there, get them niggas to tell you their secrets. And they'll pay you to be quiet. This is game, yo. You're not gonna we shall overcome yourself. None of that shit in virtual reality, nigga. Let me tell you something. There ain't no heaven and hell. All right. So get over the shit. So don't worry. You run some of this game, you ain't going to hell. Fucking around with the kid, you put this game in play and you listen to what I'm telling you, you gonna get heaven on earth. Nigga, all that land y'all talking about and back to Africa, fuck with some of this game for 6 months, nigga, and watch where you be at. Or and if it don't work, go back to what you've been doing. But it been working for me. And it been working for people here in my hotline, 888-8565-8734. You know what I'm saying? But that's real shit. So the black men, you don't gotta sling pipe. You don't want to. Don't think I'm saying worship Becky, but they're out here choosing and they're talking about Black Lives Matter. And if you're willing to put your grandfather on the phone and expose him to the world that he's a racist, if you're willing to go against your family like that, then you'll pay me. Right? The white man looking at black women. Get these niggas to tell you their secrets. All of it. Get them in uncompromising positions and start blackmailing. Now you have leverage. Now you have leverage. And this is the shit that can lift your whole bloodline out of fucking poverty.
Now you dangerous.
Dangerous, yo.
Right? Now you're using your access as danger. You feel me? And you become an asset to yourself. You know, but look, man, it's getting that time. We giving up way too much game. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely got business I need to get to. And they got enough. You feel me? It's a fucking mouthful. It's a handful. It's a fistful. You know, they got to convert this though. Put something into action. We gave you a lot of tactics, a lot of information. You can pick up one and leave the rest. Dig what I'm saying? But it's like a scattering of seashells across the motherfucking ocean. Put one up to your ear. That's the shit that you like. Then leave with that. But leave the other shells on the floor. Somebody else needs to come along and grab that. So if it ain't for you, let it go. But there's a lot of angles. There's a lot of information that's been exchanged tonight. You could pick something up and show appreciation.
Yeah, follow me on YouTube, man. Kenny Brisbane and all that. But like you just said, yo, it's nuance. One thing might not work for you. There was something in there that worked for you. And as long as you walking away with a better perspective on how you can get the individual win, right? For right now, turn that we shit into some me shit. Turn it into some me shit so you can be shit and you can see shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now. Because if you don't, you're going to be pulled into this new normal that's getting created and it ain't got shit to do with you for real. You know what I'm saying? This is welfare state conversations going on, yo. This is the introduction of the welfare state. This is how it's going. The mob, the cancel culture, all this shit. This is how it's going. And it's to dumb you down and make you not on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So get out there and get you something while you got the attention and it's all about black people right now. And if because to me, if I'm really fed up, really fed up, a direct deposit make me feel like heaven. I'm just saying. So make sure y'all got bank accounts. Make sure if y'all down there protesting with people, just try this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. For the people that's down there protesting and you with white people or whatever, and you got a cash app, like take your phone out. Just be chopping it up with them. Yo, you out here? I know you know Black Lives Matter. Yo, here goes my cash app. Boom, boom, boom. What's up?
Look, write a whole poster board. I'm giving y'all game. And be like, my cash app matters. And put your fucking cash app on that shit. and hold that shit up, and you might make the fucking news, and a million people might see you, and somebody in Italy or China could be like, "Oh, that's a commandment. We just gotta follow this shit. How can I help? How can I donate?" And you might wake up with $1 million fucking in your account. Okay.
I'm just saying, because yo, here in DC, Blue, it was a lot of motherfuckers, yo.
You got 1 million, yeah, you got 500,000 fucking eyeballs, potential eyeballs on you. Make a colorful poster and put your Cash App on it and be like, Cash Apps matter.
Cash apps matter.
Fuck out of here, man.
I'm systematically depressed. I need money.
Because I know if you're not scary, if you're not scary, you're gonna go out there and try that shit. That shit is like, that's like going you running out there going fishing, my nigga. You dig what I'm saying? You going fishing, right? You going upside down fishing. Just run through a crowd of 10, 20,000 people with a colorful fucking sign. You might even want to dress up as the sign and be holding some shit up and make sure you can hold it the highest. And get that shit on camera. And hopefully you can get somebody to take a picture of that shit and put it in the newspaper. You have no idea. Like I said, just let me get my percentage, please.
Yeah.
Law of averages, nigga. You bound to come up. You feel me?
Bound to come up. Try it. Don't miss this opportunity though, because it ain't gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna come back. So get this opportunity, yo. You know what I'm saying? Get this opportunity or not. I mean, what you got to lose? Only thing somebody could do is tell you no. You've been told no before. You know what I mean? So if Black lives really matter, Black lives matter to me, money matter, right? Money matter. We don't gotta be friends, we don't gotta do none of that shit. You know, be about your paper.
Matter, right? Big black guns matter. And then you could put the Cash up under there for that. They can help furnish your own small arsenal, right? But you're gonna need you some, right? So make sure you get that too. Don't lose focus, my niggas. We're about to go into a large scale Gotham. The niggas in New York say New York has descended into Gotham, bro, with the super rats and all. Gotham, everything's boarded up. You feel me? It should look like Gotham, and it got a weird energy. It's an energy in the air that anything's, you know, the potentiality for something to pop is just there. It's thick. It's present. It's a different type of energy in that city right now. So,
is it white people down there protesting?
They are, yeah, they are. But there's a percentage of them that's getting out of the city as well.
I'll be going right with them. Somebody be taking me up out of there. Like I'm a hooper going to prep school and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to St. Raymond's in Jersey, nigga. I'm trying to get out the hood. So I'll be somebody's taking me out. I'm dead ass serious. If you down there and they're on you like that, they got guest rooms. Man, I'm coming with y'all, nigga. Y'all said Black Lives Matter. Fuck out of here, nigga. What you think y'all not leaving me here? Nigga, I'm out.
Yeah, best side Notre Dame niggas from back in the days. You go to the city to dig pockets, and they would love this shit here. You feel me? This is a come up. The nigga go undercover like Arnold, like Arnold and Willis, and clean out Philip Drummond. Like, now I'm finna come the fuck up. I'm about to get on my Thomas Crown affair. But look, y'all.
George Floyd made $13 million. That's all I'm gonna say. George Floyd made $13 million.
Yeah, he gonna make more than that, bro. That's an eternal shrine. He's gonna be like a fucking saint. I'm telling you, he's going to break the bank. He's gonna be the epitome of bro. It's gonna get crazy. Look, Cash App $ Blue Pillar 44. Cash App $ Kenny Briz.
Yeah, right? holla at me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing something tomorrow. Fire, nigga. I'm gonna really bust down some doctrinal discovery shit for just regular. You know what I mean? Niggas have a firm understanding, you know, about language and shit like that. Because in closing, for the people that's not on this money shit and you really just want to make change, you can't change shit in America
No.
until you change the doctrine of discovery. Period.
Yeah, we're gonna get more into this Floyd George or George Floyd breakdown. You know, I want to show you some of the gematria. I want to show you his cardology and explain to you why he's making so much money, right? He's a cash cow. He's about to fucking, he will be the bridge that brings this shit into the crypto dollar. They already have a George Floyd cryptocurrency, and the shit is,
Man, get the fuck out of here.
nigga, I'm gonna send you the article and I'll send you the link because you need to grab some because my man grabbed some and his shit went up crazy in like 3 or 4 days. It's cracking. When I say
He got a
cracking,
cryptocurrency.
he already got a cryptocurrency, bro. It's already done. It's popping. A Floyd token. Dead ass, bro. But it's all in his cards. All right. So we're gonna get to that. I believe me and Aquarius Maximus, we're gonna do a lecture June 20th here in Atlanta, the day before the eclipse. All right, I'll have more details about the actual venue or how you can tune in via the internet. But the universe is conspiring part 2. We're going to be doing that June 20th so I can lay my case out and she can do what she does best as well. All right. So, with that, family, I want to say thank you for journeying with us for another fire episode, Tough Talk Tuesday, episode 35. Another classic. Salute for a job well done.
You already know. I'll holler at y'all niggas on the come around.
We're ready. Peace.
Get at you, bro. Peace.